Alright, I think we are live. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday for our Jurassic Talk live stream. So, I wanna thank you all so much for joining. First of all, I wanna say what we're gonna be doing today, which is, we're gonna be talking about the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer. So I have it, hold on, right here, I have it right here. Yeah, we're gonna be going through the thing, and then I want to invite you guys, we're gonna stop at a certain scene, and I want to invite you guys to share your thoughts and ideas about the particular scene that's on screen. And yeah, we're just gonna theorize and have fun talking about the trailer and, dissecting it all. And yeah, so I hope that you're in the mood for that. I certainly am. And, hold on, let me first switch back to the living room. There you go. Everyone have a seat on the couch, on the chair, on a pillow, on the floor, whatever you prefer. And then we're gonna be starting. I want to thank the Bloonin' crew, as always. I see Glitzbog and Sammy L. We might be a little light on moderators today. However, I'm also in chat. Oh, Parasaurolophus just walked by the window. That's really nice. Yeah, we're a little light on moderators today, but I'm in the chat as well, so beware. And I just want to ask you guys to stick to chat rules, so, no spamming, no all caps, don't overdo it with the emoji. And I also want to ask you guys to stay on topic, so it doesn't become a whole big mess. So yeah, that's like a little PSA at the start here. I want to thank and welcome the Green Name Army. I also see some of the first yellow badges. Oh, sorry, excuse me, gold badges. I don't mean as. I'm sorry. That was a big mistake on my part. It's gold. There's glitter in there. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. That means you've reached 24 months, 2 years of being a member, which is amazing. Thank you so much for that. But some of the green names I see in chat right now are Malatalia, Sheriff Dice Berendsen, Teresa is here, welcome. How does that work with the dinosaurs walking outside the window? Yeah, I made this myself. It's like, it's basically 2 layers. So we have the living room in front, which sort of color gradients from night to day. And then the layer behind it is just a screen recording from Jurassic World Evolution 2. Quite clever. A clever girl I am, you might say. Anyway, that's enough of me patting myself on the back for that one. But thank you for giving me the excuse to talk about that. Legacy Chrissy 1983, thank you so much for the super chat, as always. Oh, hold on. This might not work. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, because I'm just that good. No, sorry. Oh, God. Pillow Sleeper is here. Hold on, chat moved. YouTube, work with me today, please. James Go Francesco, Matthew, Wraith Huron. We have Ploba, Rob Earth, Red Lyra, welcome. Mr. Pickle said, Maxep, Finland is here. Solana Von, a member for 24 months, a gold badge. We have those 24 months gone. Legacy Chris says, I like shiny. I like shiny too. Some other folks that are here. I see Not Creative, The Snake Hunter, Cautious Cone, Steam Power, Roman, Gutierrez, Navi4867 is here, Drex1985 is here, Xenon, Bubster, Jurassic 11, Noah is in the chat. Oh, chat jumped again. I'm just gonna take it as a sign. Let's see, Raptorial, -R. Oh my god, we have so many folks here. Oh, we have a lot of folks here indeed. Almost 300 people. Thank you so much. Alright. So, before we go through the trailer scene by scene and you guys come on through with your ideas and interpretations, I want to first ask you guys, like, the general question, right? And maybe we should turn it into a poll? Maybe not. Hold on, the poll here. Okay, so most people are expecting we're gonna see some new clips during the Super Bowl. Super Bowl starts in a couple of hours. I'm gonna keep you up to date if there's anything new. Personally, I am not expecting a new clip. I think it's just gonna be an edited down version of the trailer we already got. But yeah, fingers crossed that there is at least something new in there. We'll see. I'm gonna end that poll. But yeah, just to start with, I want to ask you guys, in general, how you feel about the trailer. Does it make you excited about seeing the movie? Has it convinced you to see it day one, or has it made you think, maybe I won't see it day one. Maybe I'll wait until it goes to streaming. Something like that. So yeah. James Francesco, thank you so much. I want everyone to have a great stream. Hope everyone has a great time. Thank you so much. Let's see if the Dilo dances for us as well. Yes, he's always in the mood for dancing. Thank you so much. That's really generous. All right, let's see. Proxima says, I love the trailer. Dino Dweeb also says, I absolutely loved it. Epic. It was amazing, I think. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people are excited. Hold on. I'm gonna turn it into a poll. I'm gonna make it a quite simple poll. Did you like the trailer? And it's just gonna be a simple yes or no. Yes, exclamation point, no, dot. Alright. We're just gonna be talking about our feelings in general shortly. And then we're gonna start going through the trailer scene by scene and talk about some specific stuff. I see I've missed a monthly member message. I'm afraid it is gone, maybe. Let me try to find it. I don't see a message from you, Indominus Raptor. It just says member for 6 months. So I don't know if there was supposed to be a message attached there. I do see Kip H, member for 18 months. Wow, already went so fast. Time do be flying. It do be flying. And let's hope it keeps on flying until July 2nd. Hold on. Now I gotta switch back to the live chat. Let me find y'all. Oh god, there's so much in the chat right now. Alright. Let's see how this poll's going. Okay, so wow, vast majority of people are enjoying the trailer. That's good. I'll briefly state my own opinion on the trailer. I actually think it's a really good trailer. It got me really excited. I mean, I was already excited, but it got me more excited, I will say. There's 2 concerns in general. Well, let's say 3. I have 3 concerns about the trailer. The first one is I feel like it reveals quite a bit. It shows way more than I thought. But, you know, maybe I only think that, and there's actually like a whole layer that we don't even know yet. Maybe we think we have it all figured out, but maybe that's not the case at all. Maybe there's way more beneath the surface. My second concern is the humor, but I talked about this in my trailer analysis video already. I have a sense that it might just be the way trailers are cut nowadays. Trailers tend to go for the quippy one-liners, just stuffing them in there because, you know, in the whole post-Marvel cinema world, that really draws in the audience. So I'm not too concerned about that. Just something I noted that, you know, they try really hard to be funny, which I don't think they need to. And of course, my other concern is the mutant, but we're going to be talking about that when we get to it, you know, when we actually get to that particular scene in the trailer. Let's see. Riot Breaker says, I like the ideas, but I'm thinking the trailer could have been better. Yeah, for me, it would have been better if they kept some more secrets. The first thing that comes to mind is the Dilophosaurus. Love seeing the Dilophosaurus, but maybe they could have kept that a secret until the actual film. You know, for me, that was my big thing of maybe it would. Well, maybe the trailer wouldn't have been better, but maybe the movie experience would have been better. Sheriff Thijs Berensen comes in with a pretty devastating rating for the trailer, a 5.5 out of 10. What makes you feel that way? That's a pretty bad score. Alright, hold on, let me catch up here. There's obviously a lot going on in chat. I'm just picking out some comments to highlight. Mushy the Mushroom, I like that name. I wish they showed more herbivores rather than carnivores. That's a really good point. I really like... Yeah, that's a good point. I think it would have been nice if, for example, in the scene with the Titanosaurus, there would have been, like, a hint, at least, of a herd in the background. Maybe something like that. But hopefully there will be more in the film. I think there are. I don't want, by the way, I don't want to get into like the rumors for today's stream. Clearly a lot of the rumors that were out there were correct. So presumably a lot of the other rumors still out there are more likely to be correct now. But I do want to stick to what is in the trailer, just in case there are people here watching who don't want to hear about the rumors. Let's see, prehistoric PC meant for 23 months, amazing. I'm gonna sum up my thoughts. Titano, squarehead, cute. Quetz, cool. Mutant, cool. Spino, thick neck, cute. But why y'all complaining two-headed velociraptor? I think it's perfectly fair for people to complain about, you know, a returning dinosaur not looking the way they wanted it to return. Yeah. I think people complaining is totally valid. I also think people who like it is totally valid. I don't want this chat to devolve into people trying to convince other people that their opinions are wrong. That's not the way I want to go about this. Axel plays watching with Kevin the Spinosaurus toy he approves. I don't know what kind of reference that is. I'm sorry if I've just unveiled myself to be a fake fan. Yahoo! But thank you very much for the super chat. D-Rex. Oh, it's actually... I just realized your name is D-Rex and we now get a D-Rex. Did you somehow predict that? Are you like... Can you tell the future? Anyway, D-Rex1985 says, I wish they would have shown less about the D-Rex. Yeah, same. Although, I will say, on the other hand... maybe I'm a little split on this. Because I did say ahead of the trailer, I did say, I don't know if I said it publicly or just to my moderators that, but I said it somewhere where I was like, if the rumor about the big mutant D-Rex dinosaur is true, I do hope the trailer confirms it so we can start the process of accepting that and moving on, you know, instead of keeping it like this big question mark until July. So I do appreciate that they confirmed it in the trailer. That was important to me, that they didn't leave us hanging for many more months to come. But on the flip side, I am a very fickle person. On the flip side, I do think they show too much of the D-Rex. Maybe they could have just shown the shot with the foot. Hold on. I think it's time we whip out the actual footage here. Okay, so the shot with the foot. We're gonna go through it chronologically, but here, maybe if they had just shown this shot, it would have confirmed the mutant, because we can all tell that's not a dinosaur, that's just a movie monster. It would have confirmed the thing without, you know, already revealing it. I think I would have preferred that. Because yeah, I would have wanted it confirmed right away, but I don't think I would have wanted to see it right away. Are we at 100? We are way past 100 likes. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Oh, hold on. hold on. That was a boo-boo on my part. Hold on. It's not working. Let me find it. I can find it. I broke it. There you go. Alright, so that's gonna be a bit of a challenge moving forward, so I did break some things. James Cofrancesco, thank you so much, super generous. Let's see. Me and Thijs weren't big fans of the mutant, but the topic is this island can be Site C. The site doesn't have to be part of the 5 deaths. Other videos is calling the island Site C. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they're gonna refer to it as Site C, even though chronologically it should be Site A, because they're kinda, at least in the trailer dialogue, they're passing it off as, you know, the first site where the dinosaurs were created, but we'll see. Minus R, thank you so much. That is a hug for you. Raptors give the best hugs. I've trained them personally. Owen Grady got nothing on me. My biggest problem with the trailer is that, in my opinion, it doesn't feel like a Jurassic Park film. That's a comment I've seen a lot. You are not alone in that thought process. And I think that's actually a good point. And it's almost a little contradictory with what the trailer's trying to achieve, right? And actually... hold on, let me catch up with the chat here. Oh, hold on, I need to switch first. Sorry, I'm a little uncoordinated today, a little unorganized, but we're gonna make it through. We can do this together. Alright. Oh. I'm so professional, you already know. So, yeah, about it doesn't feel like a Jurassic Park trailer. Even though they try really, like, it opens with this shot, right? It's clearly meant to evoke original Jurassic Park emotions. So it is interesting that they're trying to manufacture that original Jurassic Park nostalgia, that feeling. And yeah, for a lot of people, it didn't really hit the mark. A lot of people are saying that it doesn't feel like a Jurassic Park movie from what we can see in the trailer, and I would agree with that. But then on the flip side, I would say, for me at least, it does feel like a Jurassic World movie, and well, that's what it is, isn't it? It's called Jurassic World Rebirth. So even though they're trying to nostalgia bait, let's just be perfectly frank there. They've been doing that since 1997, but it does feel like a Jurassic World film to me. But that's because Jurassic World doesn't feel like Jurassic Park to me. I might not be making a lot of sense today, but I'm trying, and I have you guys to help me, because, yeah, a lot of this stream is just gonna be about what you guys think. Alright, Red Life Redemption. I personally dislike the film so far, but none of us can go making these judgments just when the first trailer comes out, let alone the film hasn't released. No, we cannot judge the film. We can only judge the trailer, but let's also be fair here in saying that we can draw some... I won't say conclusions, but we can make some pretty educated guesses about the film and what we're gonna feel about the film. And yeah, personally, like I said, I'm still hyped, and even though there's stuff I don't like, I'm still going in with an open mind. You know, maybe if I see the D-Rex and I see it incorporated absolutely brilliantly, I'll be like, no, alright, I like that. But you're never gonna change my mind, for example, that, you know, they could have designed it to at least still look like a dinosaur. Because I understand what they're going with, right? With the whole, oh, it's the failed first iteration. I get it. I don't like how people are, like, trying to pretend that if you don't like the D-Rex, it's because you don't understand the franchise. It's because you don't understand Michael Crichton. It's because you don't understand what they're trying to do here. I understand. I just don't like it, and I feel like that should be fine, right? Yeah, I just feel like they could have made the design a little bit more looking still like a dinosaur. Like, sure, make it mismade and gnarly, but not what I've used for the thumbnail, a Rancor, basically. Like Rancor meets Xenomorph. You know, it's a little too far out. But anyway. I see that James Go Francesco gifted a, what's it called? A membership, and it went to Magnetator. That's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, James. That's really, really generous. Hold on, this isn't gonna work, is it? Gosh dang it, now I gotta switch back again. Okay. No, we can enjoy my living room again. It's a good living room. This is totally my real living room. Don't think about it too hard. Alright, we're gonna go back to this one. Alright, so we're gonna go through this chronologically, right? So let's all just put our feelings and our thoughts about the mutant in a little box. Put it in a little box. Put it off to the side. And we'll open that back up later. Okay? Because it doesn't appear in the trailer until later. So we're going to start with this scene. Let me just check how far zoomed in we are. We're pretty decently zoomed in. Yeah, I think that's fine. And we can zoom in closer on certain details if we so desire. But yeah, this is how the trailer opens. And I think a controversial theory that is going around is that this might be Rexy, the skeleton that we're looking at. My scroll wheel is a little iffy, but there you go. So yeah, like it's the classic T-Rex pose, you know, when she rears up to do her roar. Her head is off to the, it's like literally she's been decapitated. I will say, okay. How am I gonna phrase this? It was a prediction I had for my bingo card. If you guys remember, I've done like a video where I've done 25 predictions for Jurassic World Rebirth. And one of my predictions was that the bones in the museum would be the bones of the animals. And one of the reasons why of the animals, I mean of the animals we saw, you know, of Rexy, of Blue maybe even, stuff like that. Because this wing in the museum is called something like Neo-Jurassic, and Neo, of course, means new. So that's why I sort of theorized that. The quote-unquote evidence against it is that these bones, or maybe it's not even the genuine bones, maybe it's a replica, but they have the fossilized coloration. You know, if they were fresh bones, they would have been whiter than this. So it could go both ways. What do you guys think about that? So, you know, it's a Neo-Jurassic wing. Why would you call it Neo-Jurassic if it's just, well, let's be frank, a dinosaur from the Cretaceous, but whatever. But yeah, on the flip side, the coloration of the bones is off for it to be a modern skeleton. It's a sign Jurassic Park is dead. Jurassic Park is dead. Jurassic World, in a sense, is even dead, and now it's reborn. 10% chance it's Rexy. I think I'm gonna change my personal prediction, which is that they're not gonna mention it. So people who want to think that is Rexy can think that is Rexy, and, you know, they can make YouTube videos about the extended lore and whatever. I'm just taking a dig at my own profession here. But yeah, that's my new guess. I think that they're not gonna state it. They're just gonna, you know, not address it in dialogue, and then people can make up their own mind. People can be like, yeah, that's Rexy because it's Neo-Jurassic. And other people can be like, no, that's not Rexy because the coloration suggests that it's supposed to be fossilized. That's my new prediction. Dino Dreep says, yeah, probably just gonna leave it to the fans to figure out. Navi4867, Rexy probably is dead because she was in Italy, not the equator. Yeah, I think, I feel like, yeah, this might be hard for some people to accept, but I do think that she is most likely dead, yes. But I don't think it will be Rexy, but probably won't say which T-Rex this is and let us decide. Mr. Fisher, I'm assuming it's a mistake. They just went with the color people associate most commonly with dino bones IRL. Yes, I did talk about this in my bingo video as well, because I don't know actually if I talked about it, but yes, I did have that same thought. It might just be a mistake. And there's another very popular theory going around that I think might just be based on a mistake, but we'll get there in a little bit during this stream. Rexy's bones would be white. Yes, if it were Rexy's bones, it would be white, but just like Mr. Fisher says, it could just be a mistake. It could just literally be a set design mistake that they're like, yeah, dinosaur bones, we have this vision in our head. Hold on, I'm just scanning the comments to pick out stuff to highlight. Lexi Gracie 1993 says to get the bones, they would have to know exactly where she died. To get the bones or the body, etc. Logistics nightmare. Well, they know where she is. She's in Biosin Valley. Now, Biosin Valley is a large place, but on the other hand, you know, Biosin Valley is also a place that, at least according to what we saw in Dominion, has a lot of, you know, those remote viewing domes, those towers. So there's a lot of surveillance, I would surmise, in Biosin Valley. So I think they'd have a general idea of where she is at any given point. So they would have a general idea of where she would have passed away. Alright, again, if I'm awkwardly silent, it's just because I'm reading through comments, and, you know, sometimes there's, like, a comment that's off topic that I'll have to, like, skip over. Why are the... Hold on. Why are the guys on the wall art riding dinosaurs? Yeah, it's interesting wall art. It's a little difficult to see. But, yeah, I think so. It's certainly... I am curious to see this museum wing in the film, see more footage of it. I think it's quite a curious museum setup. It's a little weird, to be honest, and maybe that's why they're closing down, because it's a little gimmicky. It doesn't really feel necessarily like what the approach a museum would take. Like, why would a museum have this weird Roman-esque artwork of people riding dinosaurs? It's a little odd. Finland, thank you so much. That's really generous. Oh god, this is not gonna work. God dang it. This is gonna be a thing. This is just gonna be a thing. I have to go back to my living room to do that. Alright, there you go. Dinotopia confirmed. Yeah, that is from Dinotopia. Oh my god, is that canon? Wait, what? Alright, we're actually gonna move on though. We've already spent way too long on this scene. So yeah, we have, you know, we have the banner lowering. We have, hold on, we have a trike skull to the right there. Banners lowering. They're offering him to come along this mission. He's like, what? What do you guys feel about the characters so far? Maybe we can take a little detour into that. So we have, this is Martin Krebs, our presumed villain. Of course, we have Scarlett Johansson, our... I don't know. She's probably the one character from the trailer I'm not impressed with, which is a bit of a bummer. And we have Jonathan Bailey's Henry Loomis. I love Jonathan Bailey. I'm so gonna be biased towards him. I love him already. He can literally be the dumbest, most annoying... He could literally be the reincarnation of Amanda Kirby, and I'd love him. Okay, so I'm just opening up about my bias here. Please don't judge me. Actually, judge me. That's fine. Owen says, I think the dad will sacrifice himself. Yeah, maybe. I do hope there's going to be plenty of character death in this. It will be very sad for the dad to die, though. But obviously all the kids have plot armor, so... Yeah, maybe he does have to kick the bucket. Blackheart, thank you so much. That's an absolutely incredible super chat. Hold on, we have to go back to my living room to do this. Bam. It doesn't work otherwise. I love Rexy with a passion as much as I love Sue, but people have to realize nothing lasts forever, and I love we're getting a new T-Rex and a new take on it. So for me, I think Dominion gave Rexy the perfect send-off. Oh yeah, 100%. I don't want to see Rexy in this film. Honestly, I'm gonna be a little mad. I'm gonna be a little annoyed if they find a way to shoehorn Rexy into this. Cause, no, just leave her be. You know, she lived out her life in Biosin Valley. In her thruple. Just leave her be. Again, I'm just reading chat right now. Troodon Network says the characters seem pretty alright. The film's writing better not fumble them though. Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's obviously impossible to really judge a character all that well off a trailer, cause especially what it. Let's not look at it as a Jurassic trailer, but let's look at it like an action movie trailer or a Gareth Edwards trailer. It's really difficult to judge a character based on that when the focus is very much on selling the action and the mystery. So yeah, they definitely have their chance to shine in the movie. For me personally, the only one, as I said, that I think doesn't come across that well in the trailer for me is Scarlett's character. Oh, hold on, I missed a super chat. Hold on, let me try to find it. Let's see. Oh, James Go Francesco has to go. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Alright, switching back. Alright, did we go over the shitty mutant yet? No, we're going through it now chronologically. So even though we're already half an hour in, we've just started. So yeah, they've come to recruit our lovely Henry for their mission. I think we can skip over this bit, like this is something... We can talk about the Titanosaurus in a little bit, right? Whoa. There you go, that's the money shot right there, as they say. Oh, don't say it, don't get yourself demonetized, don't make the joke, just leave it, it's fine. Alright, hold on, we can get the head in frame. There she is. Alright, so our first... dinosaur shown in the trailer. Honestly, they've been... Like, it makes sense now, right? Why they haven't been showing the dinosaurs in any of the marketing so far. I guess they could have shown the Rex and the Dilo. They don't look too different, but yeah. It makes sense why they kept us waiting until the trailer. Alright, so what do you guys think about our spiky sailed sauropods? If I go first, I'll keep it quick. I quite like it. I wasn't a fan of how the rumor described it, because sauropod with a sail sounds very weird. But actually seeing it, it's more reminiscent of some interpretations of a Margosaurus. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. I quite like it actually. I quite like it. Machine the Mushroom says, I love them so much. Ideates multiversal and hyperversal fandom morals god. That's a mouthful. The Titanosaurus is a 50-50 for me. While the design is okay, why use an invalid species and not Argentinosaurus? Yes, you touch on something very interesting here. On one hand, and here I go again, being like fickle and, in two camps. On one hand, I 100% agree. Would have been perfect opportunity to give us Argentinosaurus, which I think is a very much wanted species. On the other hand, this whole island, the gimmick of this island, is that the dinosaurs are wrong, right? They are InGen's first and failed attempts at making dinosaurs. So I can totally see the reasoning behind some InGen scientist being like, hey, let's make a Titanosaurus because we can make Titanosaurus any way we like. If we muck it up, that's fine. Because it's, whatever, right? It's quote unquote not a real species. So I can understand the in-canon explanation for it. But I do still agree with you that Argentinosaurus would have been just chef's kiss. D-Rex1995 says, I love that the sails are like that. You can't mistake them for a Spino at first, so no cringy scene. Oh yeah, were you the one who made that prediction? I saw someone say that, like, before the trailer came out. Someone was like, oh, they're gonna do, like, a bait and switch, and they're gonna have, like, the sail pop up somewhere, think it's a Spino, and then it's gonna be like, oh, it's Titanosaurus instead. Spirit says the human's gonna get crushed. Zeesh Rodan or Zeger Rodan 682, those big herbivores could be dangerous for once. I do hope so. Oh, by the way, if I move the image... Let's see where it starts. Hello? Yeah, there you go. You can see that the characters... Okay, so first, you know, they're obviously looking at the Titanosaurus here, and, you know, they're looking up. Jonathan Bailey looks really happy. And then in the next shot, they're actually running towards them. But I think what's really happening is they're running away from something. Hold on, maybe I should zoom in a little bit. My scroll wheel is so messed up. It's so annoying. Anyway, here you go, here you go. Oh god, that's an uncomfortable shot. I'm sorry about that, Scarlett. But yeah, there you go. They are running towards the sauropod. So I think at this point there's something else in the field, and they're running towards the sauropods to be like looking for protection, I think is what's happening here. Ideally, I would want the Titanosaurus to be dangerous, and maybe they are. Like, maybe when they run towards the Titanosaurus, they realize, oh, it's kind of like, out of the, what's it? Out of the frying pan into the fire? Something like that? Is that the phrase? I don't know. I'm not a native English speaker. Help me out here. But yeah, it's like, you know, they're running away from one danger towards another. Maybe that's how it's gonna play out. But yeah, I think there's some other threat in the long grass, and they're just relying on the Titanosaurus to sort of guard them against it. Maybe that's even why the one in the back, which is lying down, you can see it like just about to get up. So maybe they've also noticed that there is a threat that they are responding to. That is the phrase. Okay, that's great. Justin Fountain says maybe it's a medium-sized theropod trying to get the crew. Yeah, I don't know what it could be. The Dancing Dilo and some other people said raptors. Yeah, lots of people are saying raptors. Yeah? I mean, I get it, right? The long grass. I think that would be, you know, pretty cool Easter egg. Maybe a little on the nose, but I don't mind that sort of stuff. The only thing I wonder if... Personally, my prediction is that this is quite early on in the film. That's what I think. Based on what? Based on nothing. Well, based on the fact that it's still, like, midday here. We can tell from the lighting. Maybe even, like, little ahead of noon. Maybe it's still morning. And I think the movie takes place in about a day. At least the main event of the movie, right? They arrive at the island at about dawn. They get shipwrecked there when, you know, it's bright out. And the movie sort of progresses towards nighttime. So I think anything during the day is quite early on in the film. So maybe it's too soon for it to be raptors. But yeah, I do think it would be cool. Someone says in the background you can see more dinosaurs. I do think I see what you mean. Hold on. I think they might be just rocks, though. Although you guys know how much I love rocks, but yeah. I think you're talking about... Oh, I don't actually know if I can do that. Oh, I can. Look at that. Let's pick a more visible color. And let's sharpen that up. There you go. Sexy. Yeah, I think what you mean is this stuff. But that just looks like rocks to me. I don't see anything... I don't see a recognizable shape in that. And looking at here, this is also... I just think it's rocks that have tumbled from, you know, from the cliff up. I do love doodling. I do love doodling. Alright, that gives me a little bit of happiness. Yeah, I think it's just rocks that came tumbling off the top of the cliff there. But I appreciate the sharp eye, though, because yeah, we definitely need to be investigating that sort of stuff. That's important, that's important. Play the clip, you can see them running. Okay, hold on. We're gonna zoom in again. Oh god, I drew on the actual layer. I need to not do that. Oh god, I just messed it up. Fret not, we're getting there. There you go. No. Aside from the camera moving, I don't see anything moving back there. There's no motion in the items themselves. No, I don't see it. I'm not saying that there won't be anything in the background. You know, if you see something that I'm not seeing, that's very possible. But I don't think the trailer is proving anything there. It looks like a lot of people are saying that they don't really see it, so... Alright, we're gonna move on, though. We're gonna move on. There's plenty still to discover. Rap says it's cool how the sails are moving. It is cool, yeah. They're even, if you... Hold on. This is like the start of it. Let me start a new layer. There you go. Can I not doodle in my layer? God dang it. Alright, well then I'll doodle in here. So if you look at the sail... Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. If you look at the sail right now, it's quite flat. And then, well, we lose my doodle, but you get the point. And now, at the end of the scene, it's upright. So I think it's sort of like a defense reaction of the animal. I think it's sort of flaring up, like raising up the sail as a response to the threat. You know how animals do that when they are like a cobra, for example, right? A cobra will fan out its I don't know what it's called, but like will fan out its neck to seem bigger, to seem like a bigger threat. Some lizards as well. I think that's what's going on here. They're raising up their sails to look even bigger than they are. It's like a threat display, I'm guessing. Like, stay away from me, you little bugger. But what the little bugger is gonna be, we don't know yet. But yeah, raptors would be exciting. My only hesitation in going along with that is that it might be too early in the movie. Alright, we're gonna move on. Next scene. This one we can skip, because it's the cats, but we're gonna see the cats way better later. We've talked about the recruitments. Does anybody have... a cobra has neck shields. There you go, Rob Earth coming through. Saving the day. Mr. Pilkington, welcome. Dilo in the long grass. Ooh, that could be cool. That could be cool. But we saw Dilo in another scene. I'm not sure if they would give Dilo 2 scenes, but honestly, they should. They should. There's a raptor skeleton in... There is, yeah. Well, is it a raptor? I'm actually, well... Hold on. Let's zoom in enhance. Well, zoom at least. Yeah, I think... I don't know. The head shape is a little weird. But yeah, I do think it's supposed to be a raptor. Oh, and technically we know there is a raptor skeleton in here, because we saw that from behind the scenes images. So yeah, raptor is the safest bet here. So yeah, I agree that, yeah, it would be a raptor then. But yeah, hold on. Let me check the chat here. Oh, you can't see, hold on. Can you see the claw? Oh, you can see the claw. Excellent catch. Yeah, there you go. There's a sickle claw pointing up right there. If I just draw over it, boop, right there. That's the sickle claw. Excellent catch. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Okay. You can tell I'm a professional. You can tell how smooth this works. You can tell I've practiced. Is there a new trailer tonight? Well, we might get some new clips during the Super Bowl, but we don't know yet. Alright, so, yeah. They've recruited him for the mission. How do you guys think they're gonna convince him to come along? Maybe that's an interesting theory for you guys to throw out there. Because he's very... well, how do I say that? He's appropriately reluctant. He's like... What, more, you can keep me safe more or less? How is that supposed to impress me? A lot of people are saying money. Yeah, probably. Maybe that's his connection to Alan Grant. He's easily bribed. I love Alan Grant, but he is easily bribed. Hold on, I'm gonna have a little sip here. Turner Production says, save his museum stuff. I don't think they could save the museum from closing down because of the weird explanation that apparently people don't give a crap about dinosaurs anymore, so they don't come to see them in museums, which is weird. But yeah, maybe they're offering him money to start something new, something like a private collection. I don't know. Speaking of that, actually, what do you guys think his relation to Alan Grant is? Because that's not hinted at in the trailer, but if you've been keeping up with the videos, which you should have, we had the Vanity Fair article the day before the trailer, and in that article they said that Dr. Henry Loomis has a history with Dr. Alan Grant. What do you guys think? Alright, I see Rob Earth says maybe a student. Jurassic Crisis also said student. Probably Goofy Goof says a nephew or maybe a son. I don't think a son is possible. It takes place in 2028. And no. Because then Alan Grant would have had to have had him in Jurassic Park 3 already. I don't think he had a kid at that point. And obviously in Dominion, but you know, I can see them not even mentioning it in... No, I don't think Alan Grant has kids of his own, honestly. Yeah, most people are saying like student or apprentice. Commander Zilla says he's Ellie's kid, but Ellie's kid is called Charlie. Oh, and a lot of people like the theory that he's the kid from the original Jurassic Park. You know, the kid that gets scared by Alan Grant's speech about raptors eating you alive. The actor who played that kid is in his late 40s. And Jonathan Bailey is in his late mid-30s. He's like 10 years... He's 10 years younger than the kid, or than the man who played the kid in the original film. So I don't think that checks out, because it wouldn't make sense in the timeline, and I don't think this beautiful man right here, this absolutely scrumptious man, is supposed to be 46 or thereabout. So I don't personally think that's the case. But again, it's very possible that they're making a timeline mistake. Who knows? But I don't personally think that's the case. Ellie had a baby and a toddler. You're right, she had a baby as well. But okay, it would have been a baby in 2001. So I also, look, again, I love Jonathan Bailey. He's a very attractive man. He also doesn't look like he's 28. 27 even. Well, no, we don't know how old the baby was. The baby could have been a couple of months, so let's say 28. No, I don't think that's possible either. Oh, and Wraith Guron has an excellent point. The children's last name would have been Diggler, because that's the name of the guy who Ellie married. And this guy is called Henry Loomis. Now, yes, people can change their name. I don't think they're gonna... That I don't know. That sounds like fan fiction levels of trying to justify something, honestly. Alright. Moving on. Next scene. I love his expression, like, what? What? Hold on. I'm not gonna talk about this too long, but I quite like the new logo. It looks spoopy. I like it. It looks spoopy. Alright, here we go. We're gonna recruit Duncan. Something I just realized. Literally just realized. Why does this already look like they're super close to it? Like, this is the exact same geography as the island with the sharp cliffs, like the very recognizable... Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird now that I'm looking at this. Why does this resemble the island so much? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's like a specific... Here, this. The geography is so similar there. That's a little weird, because they're still supposed to be quite far away from it. Anyway, that's not really important, but that's just something I thought. So yeah, we're gonna recruit Duncan. There he is. I will say, based off the trailer, just honestly, based off the way he's laughing right here, he's like my favorite character already. I don't know, I like it. I also like, this isn't how I expected him to be. I didn't expect him to be like, I don't know, a little jokey, a little. I thought he'd be like, because they keep making the comparison to Jaws, right? The 3 characters from Jaws they're making a comparison to. I thought he'd be like Quinn, really grumpy and just mad at everything. I guess Quinn was a little jolly in his own psychotic way as well. But yeah, I wasn't expecting him to be this smiley. And I mean that in a positive way. I quite like it. Always great to see Mahershala Ali. I agree. I do feel Duncan could be a fun character. Yeah, definitely. Sarcastically says, I hope he doesn't get eaten too quickly at least. Well, we know he makes it to the end of the movie. Presumably, if the night scene is the end of the movie. I think we can make that. Bill Cypher says Zora can be the Quinn counterpart. Yeah, Zora is definitely more... I won't say she's grumpy, she's more... What's the word I used in my trailer analysis? Blasé. It's a very fancy word, but I think it fits. She's like, I don't know, that sort of almost like an annoying teenager, you know, that pretends nothing gets to that. I don't like her character based off the trailer. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I like that. Look at him. He's having so much fun. I like it. Yeah, seriously, this shot alone is making me sympathetic to his character, so, yeah. I hope the movie's gonna nail that. So Martin Krebs is like, is this the guy? And Zora's like, yep, that's the guy. And, yeah, okay. This is a movie trope, you know, put aviator sunglasses on a character to make them look cool. It's not working on me. I'm not impressed. Yeah, everyone is saying the Meg Jaws. Yes, that is indeed the Meg Jaws in the background. Initially, I had like a wild theory that, you know, maybe it could mean something for the movie. I'm less... Like, I was never sure about it. But I'm even less sure about it now. I actually think it's literally just a prop. It might not even get addressed. It might just be something in the background for people to go like, that's a megalodon. She looks so uninterested. She does. She just looks so... Like, 0 F's given. And I'm not sure if I like that in my action character. Not... In my action movie. I want people to be scared. It's okay to be scared, people. Teresa says, I still think Johansson's not the right actress for a Jurassic movie. I don't personally think it's the actress. I think it's just how the character is written. Because Scarlett is a great actress. I actually really like her. But she's just grating me in what we've seen of this trailer. And again, and honestly, this is a caveat for this entire stream. Whatever I'm saying and whatever you're saying, I'm putting a disclaimer on your thoughts and emotions as well. Once we see the movie, everything can change. It's just a trailer. We all understand that, okay? We're all capable of processing that. But based off the trailer, I just don't... She's not coming across great. Teresa says, she is great, but it feels weird to see her there. Yeah. I'll take that. Mr. Pilkinson says, I wonder if Zora's arc is she failed a mission to save someone in her past, which has made her more glib. Oh, glib is an excellent word. Oh, that hits the spots. That's an excellent word. I'm gonna be using that from now on. She is so glib. But by saving the family in the film, she redeems herself. I like that. I really like that. She's definitely gonna have some sort of dark secret in her past. Same with Duncan. I think there was probably a shared mission in their past that has sort of traumatized them. That's gonna come up at some point. Red Lyra says could be how the trailer is made. 100%. I've said this at the very start of the stream. Trailers do tend to get edited to achieve a certain, I don't know the word, but like to achieve a certain humor and atmosphere, and I think that's all part of it. Yeah. I hope so, at least. I hope that in the movie itself she's gonna be a little less glib. God dang, that's a good word. Normal Guy says Ed Skrein gonna be the bad guy. Oh yeah, 100%. He has the face of a villain. We'll get there soon, I think. Hold on. Okay, so. Oh, hold on. There you go. Alright, so this scene right here. He's pointing at something. He's looking very concerned, and then you can see her. This lady. Oh my god, that's a skinny brush. Her name is Philippine. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry. I think what's happening here is they're seeing something on the radar, and I think he just said something about what he's seeing on the radar, and then she's going burp. She's going away. God freaking dang it! Why does that keep happening? Here, see, you can see that she's gonna walk. I think she's walking towards the window or towards the door, and then blah 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 blah. We're gonna come back to this. Don't worry. Oh, it's gonna be at the very end. God dang it. But yeah, I think what's happening here is they're hunting for the Mosa, I think. They need mosasaurus DNA. So I think what's happening here is the radar is maybe showing like I don't know. Oh man, I'm okay. It's the fattest Mosa ever. But the radar is showing that the Mosa is near them. I think. God freaking dang it. And then she's gonna run towards the window to be like, oh, whoa, let me check. And then if we skip towards the very end. I don't know, does it line up? I don't know. I think so, yeah. And I think that while they are hunting the Mosa, you know, trying to get its DNA, all of a sudden extra things are popping up, and those extra things are the Spino, and they're like, well, we weren't expecting that. Something like that. Anyway, I'm getting way ahead of things. Alright. Is that the same boat? I do think so, yeah. How do they plan on grabbing the sample? That's a good question, Pillow Sleeper, because the rifle that we've seen doesn't look to have, like, a way to retrieve the vial once you dart the animal. So I don't actually know. I guess the technology of that is gonna have to be explained. Why is the family already with them? Asks Marty. So I think what's gonna happen is, while the military crew... Hold on, let me find like an appropriate image. There. Bam. While the military crew in their snazzy boat is on their way to the island, they get like an SOS signal from the family who's on a separate yacht. Their yacht has been sunk by something, and they go and rescue them. So that's all going to be very early on in the film. I actually think that for the cold open, I think there's two options. The cold open is either going to be the flashback scene with the D-Rex that we're going to get to in a bit, or the cold open is going to be the family out at sea getting attacked. I think it's one of those two. D-Rex 1985 says, something interesting in the Spino scene is that in the OG trailer they say they're helping the mosasaur, while the Italian version says the Spinos are helping the characters. Oh? I'm not sure. I think that might be a mistake. It's either a mistake of word of mouth or it's a mistake in the translation, because the Spinos are very clearly not helping the characters. They're trying to eat the characters. Foxtrot, thank you so much. That's such a kind super chat. Hold on, let's switch back to my living room so we can make the Dilo dance. I am taking way too long to get through this trailer. We're gonna have to pick it up a little bit because we have some much more interesting stuff to get to. So far, this movie seems to delve deeper into the ecology like The Lost World did, and The Lost World is my favorite movie of the series, even though I acknowledge Jurassic Park is objectively the best. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I would have to give that a think, honestly. Alright, yeah, let's move on, because there's, like, the most exciting stuff is near the rear. There's a joke there, but I'm not gonna go there. Alright. We have a nice shot of some abandoned facilities. He's laughing because he's like, nobody's dumb enough to go where we're going, which is funny because this whole franchise is made up of films of people going to islands where they shouldn't be going. But, you know, we're just gonna zoom past that. Here, I don't know. I feel so biased. I feel like such a hater, but even this smile annoys me. I'm sorry, I just don't like... Maybe I'll love her in the film. I hope I'll love her in the film. I don't like her in the trailer. Alright, here we go. We have Ed Skrein, or Ed Screen. I don't know how that's pronounced. He's 100% gonna be one of the bad guys. With a face like that, you're gonna be a bad guy. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Sarcastically says, I hope the cold open explains the Zora character's motivations to do the whole thing rather than just money. I think some of the articles already hinted at that. She's looking for, like, purpose in her life. She's looking for something to give her life meaning. So I think she's just really invested in making this cure happen. We're not really going over dialogue because I can't play you parts of the trailer because I'll get a copyright strike. Not a copyright strike, a copyright claim. And I'm trying to pay rent. I'm sorry. It's just reality of things. So yeah, we're not going to go over any of the... I can't play you any of the dialogue. In the meantime, I've completely lost my train of thought. Okay, we were talking about Zora. Looking for meaning in her life. Right, so the whole thing with her, like, being really glib in the shots and in her voiceover, or not in her voiceover, but, like, in her dialogue and the jokes she makes, I think that's sort of either a misdirect from the trailer editing, or it's just from early on in the film. But yeah, I think she's really invested in finding the cure for this heart disease thing. Because apparently dino DNA can solve heart disease. Realism, schmealism, am I right? He would be the new Dieter Stark electrifying something. Oh, that's a really good point, Malatai. Yeah, he might be like the Dieter Stark kind of character. Just the kind of character that is just an a-hole. Like, not just about being villainous, but just, like, being an a-hole. He gets eaten. Oh, he 100% gets eaten. He definitely gets eaten. Alright, so they're, like, prepping these futuristic weapons. Hold on, let me try to... It's the same weapon, okay. I'm guessing this is another type of weapon to collect DNA. Maybe this is the kind of weapon where they can somehow retrieve the dart. I do think we see a dart right here. Here, with this being like the tip of the syringe, and here, the syringe itself. This is... I make art on this channel. That's what I do. I mean, it's different from the rifle that we see Zora holding, but I think it has a similar purpose, allegedly. Alright, moving on, because again, we're not even halfway through. Alright. I do like, I'm gonna touch on this really quickly, and you guys tell me as well, but I really like the look of the island. I think it has a really spectacular look to it. Could be tranquilizer dart. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they have, like, a secret nefarious submission. Like, maybe the ruse is just we need DNA samples, but maybe the real mission is something different. I actually think that's a pretty safe bet, that the real mission is quite different from what evil pharmaceutical guy says it is. The island does look interesting, says Thijs. Filming locations look awesome. One of the reasons I'll definitely watch this in cinema. Yeah, it's gonna look great on the big screen. It looks a lot like Skull Island. I can't help myself. It does, but that's because, yeah, filming locations is like from this... I feel like it might even be the exact same location, honestly. I think that's also something that contributes to people saying that it doesn't feel like a Jurassic film. Because it really does evoke Skull Island feels. Film and location are just chef's kiss. Yeah, they've done a good job with that. It looks very, yeah, it looks very appropriate. It looks very prehistoric and epic. I do like that. All right, here we go. Here we go. We are now in the facility. And this is something, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I completely missed this. Like, okay, not to say I missed it. It just didn't click for me. So a lot of people are saying this facility looks way too modern for it to be a facility for making dinosaurs for the original park, because that means this facility would have to predate 1993. And yes, that is an excellent point, and I'm embarrassed that it didn't click for me at all. This does not look like 1993. Like I said earlier at the start of the stream, I said I think it's possible that there's a mistake here, and this is what I mean. It might be a mistake. It might just be that they designed this because it looks cool to them, and yeah, you know, yeah, they're just designing something that looks good in a movie releasing in 2025, and just like it didn't click for me, it didn't click for them, and it's just an anachronistic mistake, which means that they're putting something in a time where it doesn't belong. I think that's very possible. And that's why, even though I think it's a brilliant observation that people had, that it looks way too modern, I'm not going to be drawing any conclusions from that, because I'm afraid it might be an anachronistic mistake. But we'll have to see. What do you guys think about that? How is this island even supposed to fit in the franchise? It feels very off-place. Yeah, it's I don't know why David Koepp did a whole article saying he doesn't like, well, he didn't do a whole article saying he doesn't like retcons, but he did an interview that kind of blew up where he said he doesn't like retcons, but this is saying that this is where they made the first dinosaurs for the first island is a retcon, because that's supposed to be Sorna. So that's, I'm just saying, mistakes are clearly being made. Saying there are no retcons is a mistake because this is a retcon. So maybe the design is also a mistake, an anachronism. The monitor looks old, but the rest doesn't fit the era. The monitor does look old. Does it? Hold on. Oh, yeah, hold on. Excellent point, excellent point. So yeah, if we go like this. So you have the square front of the monitor, which I thought was all there was to it, which, you know, could be any era. But yeah, I do think you see the big back of the monitor as well. So, yeah. Again, you know, all of this stuff, all this cool looking stuff, it could just be because, you know, that's what they thought looked cool without thinking to themselves, is this something they would have done in 1993? Or even earlier? I don't know. Are we at 300 likes? Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Hold on, we need to go into my living room. Ian Malcolm is in my living room. Don't ask any questions. Ian Malcolm is on the floor in my living room. Again, don't ask any questions. Alright. The trailer lies on purpose. It's the plot twist of the movie. That's a secret modern installation of InGen. Yes, it's very possible. But like I said, it could also just be a mistake. But yes, you're right. That is the theory that's currently going around. That this is a more modern facility and that is the big secret. That InGen didn't stop making dinosaurs when the park went to hell in a handbasket. They kept doing like all this nefarious research. That is indeed the theory that is going around now. I'm just adding the little disclaimer that maybe it's just a mistake. Maybe originally this is supposed to be Sorna. Dodgson! We have Dodgson here! See, nobody cares. But yes, Lewis Dodgson says maybe originally this is supposed to be Sorna. I don't know. If the script was written for this to initially take place on Sorna, if you're gonna change that, you're gonna have to change the whole... This is the island where we created the first dinosaurs. If you change that one thing, you should have changed the other thing, in my opinion. But who knows, honestly? Who knows? What if this is the island they mentioned in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? Oh, the Sanctuary Islands. Does anybody know if they mentioned anything about the possible location of that? Because we know the rough location of this one, which is like, quote-unquote, near Barbados. So it's in the Atlantic, not the Pacific, like the Five Deaths. No, they didn't. Okay. Normal Guy says the movie feels like a script that's been rewritten many times. I think I've talked about this. When did I talk about? Oh, in my the video I've done 2 weeks ago about Jurassic Park. For me, the original Jurassic Park feels like a script that they tinkered away at for many versions, and the Jurassic World movies to me feel like first drafts. And I think that could be what we're seeing here as well. Instead of them tinkering away, word crafting, as one of my moderators, Glitzbog, would call it, word crafting. Instead of word crafting, I think maybe this script might suffer from the same thing that I think the Jurassic World trilogy in general suffers from, with that it's not the case that it's been rewritten a lot, it's the case that it hasn't been rewritten enough. Like, scripts need to be revised many times before they're finalized, and my gut feeling is that that's the part that didn't happen. But that's a personal thing. Let's be honest, all of this is a personal thing. Hey, Dawson YT, thank you so much. Oh, it's your first ever super chat. That's so kind. Hi, Evo. I wish we got a camouflaging Carno from the novel as mutant instead of that alien rancor thing. Anyways, I'm very hyped. Thank you so much. Hold on, we have to go to my living room for the hug. I keep raptors in my living room for hugs. It's just what I do. There. Yeah, we're gonna get to the mutant in a little bit, so we'll get to that. But yeah, like I said at the very start, I would have been way more on board with it if it just still looked like a dinosaur. Are those dead dinosaurs? There's definitely some, let's call it, residue in there. I'm not really seeing anything recognizable in here, though. We have the vial right here that we're gonna get a better look at. Hello? There you go. This thing we're gonna get a better look at. And obviously this also the scene where we have, I think it's the next one. Oh no, hold on. We have Duncan being like, what the heck? Here, and then this. Now, something else. Okay. How far zoomed in? I think you can see. This is so shiny. Like, it's not even dusty. Look at this as well. It all looks so pristine. I really hope it's intentional and not because a set designer was like, that looks cool. I really hope it's intentional. And that, yeah, the quote-unquote plot twist is that this facility is... If it's abandoned, it's been abandoned very, very recently. It has to be to explain how clean this is. Like, hold on, if we go back... Like, this looks pretty grungy. This whole situation... Oh, I'm sorry. Not him. This whole situation looks pretty grungy. And this is obviously destroyed, and it has some grunge on it as well. Here, Exhibit A, grunge. Oh god, sorry, my scroll wheel is so messed up. But then if we go to this is just immaculate. Like, even the walls, there's nothing there, like water damage or any overgrowth. Bobster? It's a flashback. Mark Wilson says it as well. Maybe some other people said it and I missed it. But... yes. Because there's another scene in here that we're thinking is a flashback, right? So yeah. This could be part of the same flash... Oh my god. Oh, see, this is why I need you guys. This is why I need you guys. Yes! This could totally be the flashback. Oh, you guys are so smart. What the heck? Yes! Oh, you guys nailed it, I think. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely gonna proceed with that assumption. I think that's... It might not be true, let's be honest here. But I think that's the logical assumption. Heck yes. It all makes sense now, says Rexy914. Yes, for me as well. That makes a lot of sense. And that also puts that other scene that we're all thinking is a flashback into more firm context as well. Yeah. We're gonna be getting an extended flashback scene, it looks like. Maybe as the cold open, or maybe they're gonna discover some files and it transitions to some sort of flashback or whatever. Yeah. That's a really good point. Okay. Here, and this is the vial that we pointed out earlier. This just straight up looks like a xenomorph. Like, that's literally the first thing I thought of when I saw it. There's another one right off to the side here. It's a flashback. Oh my god, you guys are so smart. It's a face hugger. No. This is the earlier stage. Is it the... Yeah, it's the earlier stage. Yeah, the one... It's the chest burster. That's what it's called. Here, and this is her rifle, which looks very different from the rifles we saw earlier with Ed's screen. Yeah, I'm trying to see... There's no... At least not obviously. There's no, like, wire in here to retract the vial after you shoot it. I don't know what that's all about. Mr. Pilkington, sorry, says, I do like the stylized coloring of the film. Yes. Artistically, like, the cinematography is very nice. It's very pleasing. Alright, this is... So we're back in the Titanosaurus scene. I think these guys... I don't know, it's cuts that they're looking at the kits. But they might just be looking at the Titanosaurus here. I'm not sure. Because he looks quite happy. This guy is so gonna die. I think this guy as well, but this guy for sure is gonna die. Predictions. What do you guys think? Are they both gonna die, or is just one of them gonna die? I think he looks concerned. I think he looks impressed by something. They could be looking at the cats. It would fit. They did. Both. He looks like the nice guy suffers a tragic death trope. Yeah, for sure. I think what we could be seeing here is he's like really happy to see the kids. Well, maybe happy is the wrong word, but he just seems, yeah, really full of wonder is, I think, the right word. I think it would be cinematically poetic if the guy who looks in wonder at the kids gets killed by the kids, because I do think he gets killed by the kids. Emolga thinks it as well. Yeah, I think we might almost be seeing his death even. All right, so, oh, hold on. Can we see the temple from down here? I don't think so. I don't think we see the temple opening. Hold on, let me move some things here. We also see, hold on, there are 3. I thought there were only 2, but there are 3 flying species here. Oh, hold on. Ugh, sorry, it's here. There are 3 of them. Yeah. Interesting. It's another thruple. Wow. Dinosaurs do like their thruples. It's not a dinosaur. I know. Just let me make the joke. It's so beautiful. Oh, wow. A cat's. And it's coming this way. Yeah, so... It almost makes me wonder, is it cats then that there are 3 of them? Maybe it's another flying species. They look the right size though, and it's obviously the right environment. Like along the cliff face. So yeah, apparently it's a thruple raising their babies. Okay, well, we love a modern era parent. Co-parenting for the win. Daniel Malinen, why was the temple even built on a cliff face and how? I think because the plot says so. I'm not trying to be facetious here. Well, maybe I am. But I genuinely think that's the only thought that lurks behind that decision. Because the plot. Because cinema. Because, in the Vanity Fair article, maybe it was even another article from before then, but Gareth Edwards says that the script for the Kets scene just called for a cave. The script just said that the Kets have a nest in a cave, and then Gareth Edwards was like, you know what would be funny? If we made that a temple. And look, I'm sorry, I think Gareth Edwards is a really good filmmaker from what I've seen. But I'm really afraid no more thought went into it than, oh, that's cool. Foxtrot, thank you so much. That's another super generous super chat. Hold on, we go back to the living room where we invite our dialogue to dance. Heck yeah, thank you so much. Hold on, let me find your comment again. Foxtrot says, hey Evo, about this island. Hammond has always been out of touch with InGen. He didn't even know Nedry was a double agent. It's entirely possible this island was run without his knowledge, and then relocated to Sorna/Nubar. Yeah, okay, good point. It's still a retcon, though. I don't think people really realize what a retcon is. I think people think that a retcon is necessarily an impossible contradiction, but a retcon is really just when new information is thrust upon us, and I apologize for using the word thrust, but it is the phrase that came to mind. But yeah, that's what a retcon is. When new information is just put out there that completely recontextualizes what has been previously established. It doesn't always have to mean that it's impossible. So, yes, it's very possible that what Hammond said about Sorna is because he didn't know what the frick was going on in his own company, and he had been lied to, and he was just telling the lie he'd been told to Ian, and that's what we got as a source of information. But for another movie to then be like, no, they didn't make the first dinosaurs on Sorna, they made them on this island, is still a retcon. Whether that's gonna work out good or not is something I cannot judge on yet, but yeah, it's still a retcon. Quetzalcoatlus' new design looks like Hasegopteryx. Yeah, a lot of people who aren't... hold on, I'm missing some... Tyrannosaurus in the chat. Hey, let's go 23 months. What people seem to forget about this is where the failed experiments are, which explains design choices. I think I'm gonna go on a little rant when we get there, because, yeah, what you're saying right there sticks in my craw, if I can use that phrase. Alright. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh god, we need to go to my living room for the super chats. Bam. I'm back here. It's definitely time to suspend disbelief and accept it for what it is. It's a stupid good time with Jurassic attached to it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going into it as well with that. I'm one of few people, it seems, who didn't hate Dominion. I had a good time with it. So that's what I'm going into this movie with, right? Like, if it has a couple of thrilling dino scenes, I'll be pretty easy to please. That doesn't mean I can't, like, criticize the rest of it, though. Where are my giant locusts? Alright. Oh god, where's my timeline? There you go. So, yeah, there's 3 of them. Interesting. Maybe that's also a thing. They shouldn't have revealed for the trailer, because that now makes me think there's something extra hidden in there. Alright, so, again, I can't play you the actual clip, but yeah, Martin Krebs, which is this dude right here, and this is Dr. Henry Loomis. I like him. But this guy is saying, hey, do we really need to get the DNA from the eggs? Because obviously the eggs are in a difficult to reach location, and Henry is like, well, no, but it will be even more difficult to get them from the adults. And then they go down this cliff face. This CGI shot looks very unfinished, but I won't judge too harshly on that. Alright, hold on, I'm just looking in the background if there's something going on, but they're just setting up the rope. This, I don't know, this rock is setting off my fake rock alerts. This rock looks so styrofoam to me, and maybe it isn't. Maybe they're on location, but that looks like a fake rock to me. That looks like a Disney theme park rock. Anyway, that's not important, but I'm just word vomiting at this point. Legacy Christie, member for 24 months. I think this island was abandoned because of the mistakes. They moved to Sorna, and rule 1 of New InGen, don't talk about the first island. Yeah. This island was definitely abandoned to... because everything went to shit here. I'm just gonna curse at this point. Everything went to shit here, so they were just like, we're gonna relocate our base of operations. A Disney theme park. Doesn't it? I don't know. It's triggering my fake rock alarm. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, he's just looping the stuff around it. trying to see what's going on over here, but it looks like the weapon? I don't know. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's see if we can see anything with our eyeballs. Alright, so here we have Bahir. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I do apologize. We have Zora, obviously. Hold on, and is Henry coming in this shot? This is interesting. Hold on. Is he coming up from below? No, I think he's coming like a little sideways. So obviously they're rappelling down to this because we see that here. See, they're at the top of the cliff. They're rappelling. Oh, let me do it in the right. There. She's going down. But this guy, it's sort of like she's pulling him in. So I think what's happening is, this is probably going to be played for laughs, but she's like rappelling down, like, you know, having her girl boss moments. And I think he's going to have, here, I think this guy, I'm just going to highlight him like this for the rest of this stream. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to do things that make me a little bit happy right now. Yeah, I think he's going to have like a little bit of a disaster going down. I think he's gonna have a bit of a whoopsie. He's gonna slip, and he's gonna be falling down further than he should be. The CGI is real bad. Look at this. This is some PS. Oh, hold on, I did it wrong. God dang it. But this is some PS2 level character getting pulled up here. But yeah, I think he's accidentally gonna rappel down too low, or a wind shear is gonna whip him off to one side, and she sort of has to rescue him and pull him towards the actual mouth of the temple. Because Henry is not trained, right? He's a paleontologist, so that checks out. I don't mind that, actually. I think that's gonna be like cute for his character. Strategy. Thank you so much. Let me go to that. This is where I keep my dancing dilos. Yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on, let me... Boop. Truthfully, I know we have the high-tech lab from Jurassic Park and the abandoned facilities on Jurassic Park The Lost World and JP3. I feel they should have used the design from the canonically first trilogy, but I'm still excited. I agree. If the modern design is a mistake, then yes, they should have just gone back to the references they have in the other movies. But let's just hope that the modern lab design is not a mistake, that it's not an anachronism, and that it actually means something for the movie. You know, that the facility is way more modern than we're currently led to believe. Hey, Silver Drake just became a paleontologist. That is awesome. I'm gonna play this beautiful clip for you. Oh, it's pronounced Bashir. Okay. Bashir, thank you. Okay. Jurassic Analysis... I'm sorry, Jesus Christ. Jurassic Analysis says, I think it was abandoned in the 70s and then they made a new facility sometime in the 2000 or 2010s using the old facility as a cover, hence the contradicting architecture. Do we see contradicting architecture? I don't think so. I think it all looks really modern. Abandoned or not, but yeah. It's looking like the stuff that doesn't look abandoned is a flashback. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We need to go on. This stream might run a little long, honestly. Hold on, excuse me. Sorry. Anya, thank you so much for joining. There's a lot of preliminary CG in this trailer. It looked pretty good on my device, but now I have it up on my big TV. Yeah, for me as well. This... I'm seeing this... Oh god dang it, I'm doing it wrong again. Hold on, I can fix it. There. This really looks bad. Like, this look... You get... He's so not really here. But yeah, we're still, what is it, 5 months out from the movie? It's really not unusual for trailers to have unfinished CG, so I'm honestly not worried about it at this point. I'll be a little bit more worried when we get like a second trailer closer to the film and it still has some wonky bits in it. Then I'll get a little worried. Alright, so here we go into the temple. Oh, hold on. We're still in the living room. I'm sorry. Hold on. I see. Bam. Alright, I don't think the visual evidence was important. Alright, I need to be more careful there. Sorry. It's because my stream screen is very small. Yeah, but I don't think the visual stuff... Well, I was just talking about... Bam. There he is. There he is. Look, I nailed it. I nailed the heart. I nearly did it wrong, but I nailed it. But yeah, I was just talking about how fake this looks, but I think it's gonna be alright. Hopefully. If it still looks this way in a trailer like 3 months from now, then I'll be a little bit more worried, but not yet. Alright, so now we're in the temple. What do you guys think? Do you think there actually be a reason behind the temple, or is it just gonna be because Gareth Edwards thought it would be cool? Silver Drake says, I think the CG looks pretty good so far. I think the Titanosaurus still worried me at first, but I'm mostly impressed. For me, it's mostly good. There's just a couple of things that don't look good. The shot of Zora rappelling down, the shot that we just covered with Henry looking like a PS2 character, and the raptor feet don't look good to me. The rest does look good, so I think it's a case of, you know, some scenes they've been working on for longer than others. Alright, I see a lot of people saying that it's just because it's gonna look cool. Oh yeah, and Sarcastic says very Indiana Jones. It's probably also because it was like a nice way to sneak in an Indiana Jones reference. Like a little Easter egg. Haha. Easter egg. Quetzalcoatlus is the reason for the temple. No, so then the reason is because it's cool. I think everyone knows about the origin of the Quetzalcoatlus name. Red Life Redemption, yeah. Okay, Red Life Redemption says, some of the news, such as Gareth Edwards saying dinosaurs are scary because they are real, then making the mutant and contradicting his words, don't paint him in the best light. I agree. I think it's very, very weird in hindsight that he gave that quote. He was, like, that quote literally included him saying that movie monsters you can just brush off because they aren't real. And then he went ahead and made a movie monster? It's very strange to me. And that quote is, or was, a big reason why I was personally doubtful until the very end that the rumors were true. But yeah, they were true. And it's still weird to me that he went out there and he said that. Dinosaurs are real. No, dinosaurs are scary because they were real. Movie monsters are less scary because they're not real. And then he made a movie. It's weird to me. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Alright. We can move on from this one. Boop. Alright, so we have the cat's inbound. She's concerned. It's nice that we see, like, you know, some trepidation on her face, but her line of dialogue here is again very glib. Thank you, Mr. Pilkington, for that word. So again, I don't want to harp on it too much. I don't like how she's portrayed in the trailer. That's cool, how you can see like the shadow coming over him. I like that. Like this is fun directing, right? I like that. I like that. I still like Gareth Edwards as a filmmaker. And then he was like, but what about a movie monster which is part dinosaur? Heck yeah, that would be scary. I don't know, I said this on Twitter as well, call me old-fashioned, but I think dinosaurs can be scary? Anyway. Sarcastic Inspired says, I think stabbing an egg with a needle of that size is a death sentence for that egg though, right? I don't have personal experience with stabbing eggs with needles. I don't know. I will say, I don't know if... I do vaguely remember seeing something of someone, like one of those people who like buy, like an ostrich egg or something like that to hatch. And I remember seeing a video of a person who had bought, I don't know if it was an ostrich egg, but he bought a big egg and he was trying to hatch it. And he was like, it's not hatching. I want to see what's going on inside. And he drilled a hole in it. And to be able to like look inside and see if something had developed. And he was like, okay, yeah, something's going on in there. And that egg ended up hatching. So I don't know. That's literally a half-remembered video from ages ago is all I know about that. Megalodon, thank you so much. That's an incredibly generous super chat. It would have made much more sense if this was Jurassic World Side B. Good to know appealing to nostalgia is more important than telling a cohesive story. Honestly, though, it's not even that, because if they had made it Side B... Oh, if this was Jurassic World's Side B. Gotcha. I just had to reread it. Gotcha. I get it now. Excellent, yes. I agree with that, but honestly, I just feel like... Well, could they have just made it Sorna? I don't know. Because then it's kind of weird why we didn't see any of these weird dinosaurs in 2 of the movies. Anyway. Hold on. I need to get some dancing Dilo and then not forget to switch back again. When I play the maracas, I go chick. There you go. And back. Alright. So, we have the cats coming in, and there it is. And yeah, I'm sorry, Bashir? You are so dead. I really think this is the scene where he's gonna die. So I'm not gonna go over the whole, because I've done like a whole section of my trailer analysis video about this scene. So I don't want to go over that again. You know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, I encourage you to check out my trailer analysis from Wednesday. But yeah, there's some stuff in here that I think point to this poor dude being dead as a doornail. And how that's also going to affect this guy right here. In this particular scene, like, whoa, you can see the rope here. That's gone, and he gets pulled out. Yeah. There's like a frame where the rope is missing, by the way. There's like a little mistake in here. Maybe it's just the motion blur, but yeah, there's a frame where you just literally don't see the rope. But anyway, again, I'm not gonna go through it again in this stream because we need to move on. So let me find a decent shot. Well, hold on. Let's first start with this shot. We're just gonna focus on. I mucked it up with my beautiful drawing. I'm so sorry. Anyway, this is the best shot. So yeah, the cats. We actually do know for sure it's a cats, by the way. From the surrounding leaks and toys that have since been announced. It's not Hatzegopteryx. I know a lot of people want it to be, because it makes more sense, but it's a Kets. It's a redesigned Kets. Love Game Selfie, man, for 10 months. Thank you so much. Hey, Evo seems like a fun stream. I'm really late to this stream due to having a busy but great week. I recently got 2 new gerbils. They're so cute. Aw, that's so fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Doesn't that Kets look way too small? They're like 11 meters tall, weren't they? I think that's just perspective. And later, like again, he I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm not even sorry. He's much closer to the camera than this thing. And this thing is hunched down. Like, it's like folded in on itself to get through the opening. I make art here. So I think it's just messing with the perspective. I think if they were standing side by side, with this being Jonathan Bailey. Yoo-hoo. There, Jonathan Bailey. I think if the cats would be standing, it would be like... Again, I only make art here and there, see? And his little feet. Okay, okay. You get the point, right? Actually, I think I've made it too small, but you get the point. Size it up. I think the size is fine. It's definitely smaller than Dominion, but Dominion's Kets was way too big. I think this sizing is fine. Because yeah, the nest is really a lot more in the foreground than where this guy is standing. I'm an artist, honestly. I should consider a career switch. Anyway. The Kets, by the way, has like these weird dimples in the beak. We see it more clearly here. It's a little blurry, but yeah. It has like these interesting dents. But what do you guys think about the design of the... Oh my god, I really mucked it up. There you go, beautiful. PAM artistic, I think it still looks intimidating. I agree, I think it actually looks really scary. And I also talked about this in my trailer analysis. I think it already is a much more scary situation because, you know, characters are coming face to face with them, as opposed to the kids just attacking an airplane with people in the airplane. I like this a lot more. I'm gonna assume a lazy position here. I'm gonna put my feet up because, I don't know, I didn't sleep well. Rob Earth says, I like the blue plumage. I like it as well. Hold on. This one looks fully blue. But that might be a trick of the light, because this one really... Well, this is blue, but actually the top of the wing looks blue as well. But the body looks more gray. I like that InGen has its own kits. Yeah, I mean... That's, you know, it's the whole gimmick of the island, right? All of the dinosaurs are like early drafts. Hey, thanks for being here, Sammy. Have a good one. Mr. Pilkington says, I like the colors and... I don't know, that word I don't know what that is. But not a fan of the added pointy edges and sharp points to make it look scarier. Yeah, I don't like the redesign of the beak either. Like the weird... Here, it's like that. That's the beak right there. When really the crest of the cats in Dominion was fine. It was like a little boop right there. But again, you know, there's... Yeah, it has an in-canon explanation. And I'm not too mad at it, because it still looks like it could have been a real flying reptile. And that's... You know... That's where I draw the line between liking the kits and disliking the mutant. This kits, even though it's not paleo accurate, even though it doesn't represent what we've seen before in the franchise, it still looks like it could have been real, whereas the D-Rex is just straight up a movie monster. And that's what I don't like about it. I'm getting a bit of a scratchy throat from all the talking, sorry about that. Leo Lego Stop Motion, thank you so much. I'm so excited for this movie. I'm like halfway making a Lego version of this trailer. Oh, cool. So you think the Hawaii scenery is better? Well, the Hawaii scenery is classic, so I like that better because it's classic. But in a vacuum, without the nostalgia, I actually think the setting here is a lot more visually appealing. No disrespect to Hawaii, or Kauai, I should say. Kauai? No, Kauai. Torb says the D-Rex is a mistake. They should have taken a normal but unused dino and simply make it look rabbit and misshaped. Yes. 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 Torb, you and me, we get each other. Yes, that's... Yes. I'm gonna talk more about that when we get to it, but 100%. If they just made it still look like a dino, but done some freaky stuff to it, it would have been much better. Anyway. Oh, hold on. I paused the chat. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Sorry. I like the face it's making here. That's funny to me. The beak is very wide. But again, it doesn't really matter for paleo accuracy because it's not paleo accurate. But alright, so again, this whole thing, I talked about that in my trailer analysis. I don't want to waste time going over that. This summer. Something interesting that one of my moderators sarcastically pointed out is that they don't actually show the exact release date in this trailer, even though the release date was like the first thing we knew about this film. That's kind of weird. Megalodon, can't believe I'm saying this, but Jurassic World Evolution's Stegoceratops looks more like a real dinosaur than a mutant. Yup. Yep, yes it does. It does indeed. Yeah, that's a sad... Oh, that's a sad reality. Oh, man. But... Hold on. Oh my god, I'm crashing into my microphone. But thank you very much for the super chat. But just to reiterate, because I see people saying like, I like the cats, I like the cats. I like it too. I'm not mad at this, even though it's... I prefer the Dominion design. I'm not mad at this because it still looks like it could have been a real flying reptile. So yeah, I'm on board with this. It's not what I would have preferred, but yeah, not mad at this. Just don't like the mutant thing. Alright, so we're going through. She saves him this summer. Get a nice shot of the island again. Alright. Okay, oh, we don't see anything here, so we can move on. Alright, so, the raptors. This is a biggie. Alright, how do I say this? The raptors, even though the movie confirms that they're they're not showing them. And that has people's spider sense tingling. I do want to touch on a little bit of a rumor. I don't think it's a spoiler. According to the rumor that described the redesigned Spino, it described the redesigned Mosa, it described the D-Rex, that specific rumor also described the Velociraptor, and the Velociraptor was not some sort of weird two-headed monster. It was not a human, like a half-human hybrid. It was just a redesigned Jurassic Park raptor. Because I've been seeing a lot of theories online, like, why are they keeping the raptor a mystery? It has to be because it's like this weird thing, and, you know, we have the image of the two-headed raptor, in, like, the cryo chamber. So yeah, I've seen a lot of concerns about that. But according to the rumor, with a rumor that has been proven to be true in every other sense, there's nothing concerning about the raptor design. So, like I said earlier, I don't want to get too into rumor stuff. I want to focus on the trailer here. But just to put you at ease, if you are one of the people who was worried that this thing right here is maybe the two-headed raptor come back to life, or again, I've been seeing people say that it's a half raptor, half human. According to that rumor, it's not. It's just that they're hiding the fact that they redesigned it. It's a little bit different than what we've seen before, which is only logical. Brandon Cameron says, I would be so mad if they have two heads. Yeah, same. But yeah, I think the two-headed thing we're only gonna see in in the chamber, not alive. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Again, you know, I always treat rumors with the appropriate skepticism, but like 80% of that rumor has been proven true with this trailer, so I feel like it's relatively safe to assume that the other 20% is also correct. And the other 20% is just that, you know, they redesigned the raptor. It looks a little bit different, but it doesn't look like a human. It doesn't look two-headed. Stuff like that, you know? So don't be too concerned about the fact that they're hiding it. And I think they're hiding it because the movie treats it as like a big surprise. Like, ooh, the raptors look a little different now. But considering how different the Quetz looks and how different the Spino and the Mosa look, I'm not quite sure why they kept this specific reveal such a secret. It's albino. It could be albino, yeah, but you know, the Jurassic Park 3 females were also white, so it's not really albinism, it's just white. Sorry, I hiccuped. Do you think we might see Titanoboa? I won't rule it out. Because as I said, I feel like there's a distinct possibility that the trailer gives us the illusion that it's giving away a lot, when in reality there's still a whole bunch that we haven't seen yet, and the whole bunch that we haven't seen yet might be Cenozoics. But no, at this point I don't think so. I had that theory before, but I don't think so anymore, based on what we're seeing in this trailer. Utahraptor, says Amir Hussein. I was personally hoping for it, but I think, according to the rumor, it was still Velociraptor. But don't quote me on that, actually, because I don't actually remember if I've seen them call it Velociraptor in the rumor or just Raptor. So Yaru Genjo? It'd be great if the two-headed raptor turned out to be a dying, dumb-witted failed dinosaur rather than a fully functional adult, way more realistic. I don't think we're gonna see it alive. I think we're only gonna see it in the chamber that we saw it in. Brandon says, I would like to see Sarah make a return to the franchise. How about you? I wanna leave all the cameo stuff behind, honestly. You know, the rebirth should really be a rebirth. Just move on. Don't force old characters into it like they did in Dominion. Alright, so they're very scared about the raptors, but here we go, folks. Here we go. You've waited, I'm so sorry, 2 hours. So yeah, this stream is definitely running long. You've waited 2 hours, but we're finally gonna properly delve into the D-Rex. There, I'm just gonna put the claw on screen. My lovely Henry's blocking it a little bit. I'm gonna start a new poll. Alright, so again, most people really, or well, they like the trailer. I shouldn't insert really in that sentence, but yeah, 87% like the trailer. I'm gonna end the poll. We're gonna start a new poll about the D-Rex. Start poll. Hold on, my microphone's in the way. Do you like the D-Rex? Yes. No opinion until I see the movie. Oh, that just fits. Or nope. Period. Start poll. Alright, so what do you guys think about the... Yeah, we're gonna call it the D-Rex for now. That's what the rumor called it. I don't know if that's the official name, but it's just easier than calling it the mutant or whatever. I think everyone knows what we mean when we say D-Rex. I'm gonna look at the different image for it. Wait for it. There, that's about the best it's gonna be. Spamton fan says, I think it's been growing on me. Strategy, is it a foot or a hand? It reminds me of how primates walk. It's the front limb. And yes, it does walk on its knuckles like a primate. Wolfpack Brick Studios, I have to be honest, it makes sense as a failed first attempt at cloning a dinosaur, but why wouldn't they euthanize it? Oh, that's a good point, yeah, why? Carmen says, I dislike it, to be honest. Let's see. Hold on, I'm just reading some comments, but it's a little off topic, so I'm just searching for something actually about the D-Rex. B-Rex says, I think the D-Rex is fantastic. It's InGen's very first attempt at a T-Rex with whatever genome they had at the time. It turned out very wrong, and it was more unstable than they expected. Robosmo D-Rex has been alive for over 30 years. Yeah, that's one of the weird things about it. But again, maybe the facility is more modern, but then it doesn't check out that it was a first failed experiment, right? So it has to have been alive for a really long time. Titanosaurus says there's a mesh of DNA in it. Might be too much mammal in there. The weird thing is, it's not a hybrid, though. It's a mutated animal. So the whole... Like, people are trying to figure out what kind of other DNA they put in there, but technically that would make it a hybrid, right? If that's the mistake they made. Oh, like, oh, we put in too much gorilla DNA, but then if it's gorilla plus T-Rex, which doesn't really explain why it looks the way it does, but let's just go with it, then that would make it a hybrid, but they're calling it a mutant, not a hybrid. So I don't know. I don't know why it looks the way it does. Other than, yeah, it's a failed experiment, of course. Chef Dice Berenson, they probably added some human DNA in there or something. Oh god, I hope not. Some people are on board with that, though. I've seen some people say, like, they should finally pull the trigger on that and just do it. It's just disgusting. Why is he so big? Doesn't make much sense. You know the thing about that? It doesn't look that big here. I would say here, it's about as tall as a T-Rex. But if we go back to... come on. Where? There you go. If we go back to this... Like, that's just the foot. This is just the foot. So how freaking far would that thing extend to make sense? That's... I think it's either perspective or it's a bit of a continuity error, which is very common with like animals CGI'd into something. You know, the mosasaurus, for example, changes size all the time as well. So it could just be a little bit of that. But yeah, I feel like it looks a lot smaller here than it does in the other shot. But this is definitely Duncan, so this is not part of the flashback that we have coming up. Marconian did a super chat. Thank you so much. Hold on, let me go to my living room, where my dialo stands. I hope the D-Rex is a human hybrid. Starts to talk in the final act. We need talking dinos in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Respectfully, I hate you. That's a joke, I'm sorry. Megalodon, you've been very generous. Thank you very much. There. And then we're gonna switch back to that thing. Can't wait for Cabot Finch to learn about it. Oh yeah. We're gonna be seeing this in Jurassic World Evolution 3, I'm pretty sure. I have a video about that that I've been working on. It's just taking a lot longer for reasons. One of the minor reasons, honestly, is that my Premiere Pro just didn't work yesterday. I had to do some troubleshooting there, so I apologize. I was trying to get that video out yesterday, but it just wasn't gonna work. Hopefully tomorrow, though, you'll see a video about Jurassic World Evolution 3. But that's not what this stream is about, so I don't want to get sidetracked. I just want to say, if you like Jurassic World Evolution 3, stay tuned. Alright. Mr. Pilkington says, I've heard the D-Rex could be a contaminated DNA sample that includes the mosquito the blood was taken from. Yeah, I've seen that as well, so that it explains the 6 limbs. Honestly, people are like coming up with all these theories, and I feel so cynical, but honestly, I think a lot of these things that we're like thinking about and trying to rationalize and trying to justify, I think the movie doesn't even care to explain it all that much. You know, like, why is there an Aztec temple in a cliff face? I don't even think the movie's gonna explain it. Stuff like that. That's very cynical, I'm sorry. Lil Code says, imagine D-Rex will die the same how Indominus Rex did with the mosasaurus. I do wonder how they're gonna defeat it. Because it's like, it's gonna be the big bad of the movie, right? It's the ultimate villain, so it has to be pretty strong. I wonder how they'll defeat it. My current theory is that we're gonna see, like, the Rex and the Spino team up. I don't know. Oh, hold on, I missed a super chat. How did I miss a super chat? What happened there? I've been looking at the chat. Oh yeah, I did miss a super chat. Foxtrot, thank you so much. I've been pretty defensive so far of the little information we have, but for the love of God, don't pull the trigger on the human dino hybrids. Yeah, same. I really don't want them to go that route. But thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry I totally missed it. I think YouTube might have sneakily skipped without me noticing. How do you guys think this thing is going to be defeated? And then after that, I'll go on a tiny rant about my feelings about it. I don't think I said this earlier, that I feel like I might do a separate video about my feelings about the mutant thing. I think it's too soon to do a video about it. I think it's premature to go to make a dedicated video with my concerns about it or my regrets about it. I just think it's too soon for that, and I don't want to be prematurely negative, but my feelings about it currently are negative. I'm just holding out hope that, you know, the movie and the story will make it look a little less out of place. Will justify it. Ryan of Chaos says 2 T-Rexes ripping it apart. That's also very possible, yes. Nuclear Goji Edit says T-Rex and Spino team up. That's been my theory. Because I think, you know, it would be a nice reference to the Jurassic Park 3 fight, but instead of them fighting each other, they team up to take this thing down, and then they sort of part ways. And I don't have that... Hold on. Let me switch back to that thing, by the way. I don't have that theory because that's necessarily what I want to see happen. It's just what I could see happen. Nikolai Blicher says Spino kills it. Lithographer says death by heart failure. I think I get where you're coming from with that, because it's like, you know, it's a mutated wrong thing, and there's like this plot where they're, you know, looking into cures for heart diseases. I do feel like it would be a little anticlimactic to see you just have a heart attack. Spamton fan, explosives in the mouth. Oh, you're getting nasty with it. Marconia, thank you so much for another super chat. Hold on, I need to go back to my living room now. Bam. Bam. Maybe the D-Rex is like Quasimodo of Notre Dame and just misunderstood. That's why they haven't killed the entire local ecosystem. Perhaps it becomes a sidekick / hero dino in the sequels. Possibly. Just a reference, a toy leak really quickly. It's described by Toys as the villain. So I'm not sure. I think it would be kind of nice and like a subversion of expectations if it's not this mindless killing machine. Because that's what the Indominus Rex already was, right? The Indominus Rex just went on this rampage, killing everything. So that's sort of, you know, been there, done that. It would be nice if this thing was just like, you know, I'm a big, huge carnivore, so I'm a threat, obviously. But I'm not devastating this entire ecosystem because I feel like it. It also wouldn't make a lot of sense because this island seems to be thriving and this D-Rex thing is supposed to have been here for like decades. So the island would have been decimated by now if that's what its nature was. I saw a Reddit post saying the D-Rex may be a herbivore. Looking at the teeth, I wouldn't guess so, but I wouldn't rule it out. Ray Johnson says, I think they'll put it down to end its misery or something, not necessarily kill it in a fight. I would quite like that, honestly, if they sort of go a more sympathetic route and lean into the fact that, you know, this thing... yeah, it's just wrong. Sheriff Thijsberen's a member for 15 months. I have my own opinions. If I have my own opinions... I wish the monster looked more like an actual dinosaur than this Rancor ripoff. Now I just want it to burn in hell. Yeah, that's my same feeling as well. I've mentioned it several times now. If they just made it look more like a dinosaur, I would have been alright with it. It's the fact that they went so over the top with the design that it's rubbing me the wrong way. I think it would have been really cool if they'd just gone with like Acrocanthosaurus, make it look a little mismade, a little gnarly, and have that be that. Instead of, you know, the very obvious, very, very obvious Rancor and Xenomorph inspiration. That's my opinion. Okay, so my rant about it isn't so much that I dislike it, which I've already talked about. And just to reiterate, the only reason I dislike it is because I feel they went too far with the design. I don't dislike it because I don't understand it. And that's where my rant comes in, and I'll try to keep it short. But what's really annoying me about... I'm just gonna say it. What's really annoying me about the fan base right now is people are defending this thing like it's their child, and they're defending it from negativity. And it's like, no, let people be disappointed. Let people express their disappointments and their concerns. I think that's fine. Like, some people are defending this thing the way I wish people would defend other human beings from online bullying. Like, it's so funny the way people are defending. Like, oh, don't be mean to him. Stop it right now, okay? Stop it right now. It's just a movie monster in our dinosaur movie. We can complain about it. That's okay. And my other point with it is that in their defense of it, people are getting a little condescending with it, and I don't appreciate that. What I'm seeing a lot, for example, my trailer analysis is getting a lot of dislikes, and judging by the comments, I think the reason people are disliking my video is because I am negative about this mutant. I'm not responding to some super chats right now because I don't want to lose my train of thought, by the way, so just so you know. Yeah, I didn't rant on it too long in my video, but I did express my negativity about this thing. The way I've said it today as well. I just wish they would have made it look more like a dinosaur. And the amount of people in the comments there just saying like, no, you're wrong for disliking it. Because you just don't understand. Let me explain it to you. The reason it looks like this is because it's a failed experiment. So it makes sense. So you should like it. Because it makes sense. And that's not how that works. And it's gonna be difficult to come up with things off the top of my head. But something I thought of earlier is, for example, okay, so the whole defense of this is, it's realistic and it makes sense for one of the first dinosaurs to be a hideous mutant. Agreed. It does. That does make sense. But why are you telling that story in our dinosaur movies? Why did you go that far with it? You could have just made, like I said, an ugly Acrocanthosaurus with the exact same story behind it. You didn't need to go this far. And the only metaphor I've been able to come up with so far is when you're looking at like Star Wars or Star Trek, you know, or any kind of sci-fi. How often have you seen a sci-fi movie where they go to a planet and the only form of alien life there is an algae or an amoeba? That would make sense. That would be realistic. A lot of alien life out in the universe and beyond would just be single-celled organisms or like, yeah, like I said, algae, amoeba. That's realistic, right? So if realism is all that matters, if realism is all that justifies it, we should have a whole movie, we should have a whole Star Wars franchise of characters going to planets, not meeting interesting aliens, but just, yeah, just like Pillow Sleeper says, just bacteria. You'd have whole seasons of Star Trek where they're going to other planets, and instead of having this political debate, these space battles, they would just encounter algae. That's realistic. You know why we don't have entire series and movies like that? Because telling stories isn't always about realism and what makes sense. As a writer, you have full control over your story. Full control. So, the writers of Star Wars and Star Trek, they choose not to take their characters to the plethora of planets that would just have amoeba and algae. They only tell the stories of their characters going to interesting planets, right? Even though it's not statistically realistic that every single freaking planet they go to has humanoid, interesting, intelligent aliens. It's not realistic, but that's the story they tell. I'm getting so off track, but like I said, it's difficult to come up with this off the top of my head. But so why in a dinosaur franchise is the story you choose to tell as this all-powerful writer, the story you choose to tell is this monster because it makes sense, because it's realistic? No, you're the writer. You can choose to tell any story you want. Why is this the story you chose to tell? That's, I don't know, I feel like that's as good as my current rant is gonna get without, like, writing stuff down. But that's what sticks up my craw. Like, stop telling people that they're wrong for disliking this thing because it's realistic. Because that's not the criticism. Nobody's out here saying, well, actually, Dr. Wu should have made the perfect T-Rex on the first go because he's a genius. No, nobody's saying that. The criticism against this thing is just, dude, why is there a monster in my dino movie? That's it. That's just it. We're not stupid. We just don't like the design of this thing. I feel like that should be fine. But for some reason, like I said, people are defending this thing Like, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm gonna wrap it up at that. I won't rant on any longer. I already went on longer than I intended to. But yeah, that's just annoying to me. And just to reiterate, literally the only problem I have with it is the design of this thing, not the story. I understand the story. They could have just dialed back the design a little bit, and it wouldn't have changed a dang thing. And also, and I've said this before, I've said this in my trailer analysis as well, I'm still gonna see the movie with an open mind. And if they handle this thing well, I'm gonna come to my review and I'm gonna tell you guys, hey, they handled it well. That's cool. But that doesn't invalidate the current concerns and disappointments that I have and that many other people have. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I promise I'll stop now. Okay, sorry. Anyway. I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry if I've upset some people. I'm sorry if I've kicked some shins right now. But yeah, I've just been getting comments that just make me think, just let people have their opinions, man. Just let them have their opinions. Don't try to tell them that they're fake fans. Like, that's... Okay, one more thing. And then I promise I'll stop. Like, oh, this is exactly what Michael Crichton would have wrote. You just don't appreciate the novel. And I'm like, well, first of all, this thing right here, that wasn't in the novel, all right? The things in the novel still look like dinosaurs, so stop calling people fake fans because they don't like a movie monster in their dinosaur franchise. And that's it. That's all. Okay, I'm done. There you go. I'm done. It's just, yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments because that video is getting a lot of views. So many comments. I've stopped reading them. All right. I'll get back to the chat now. I've been ignoring you guys. I've missed some super chats in the meantime. Let me catch up with that. I needed to stay on track as well as I personally can. All right, what did I miss? I missed Nicholas Schwab. God, I hope you're still in the chat. Thank you so much. That one I got. Oh, and we have Glitzbog, a member message. I think the D-Rex will be thawed out of stasis 2/3 through the movie, like the Scorpius in Camp Cretaceous. And the last third will be dedicated to stopping it. It does seem to be that case, yeah. Alright, let me look at the poll now. Do you like the D-Rex? We have 28% saying... Yeah, oh god, why did the poll shrink down for me? We have 28% saying yes. We have 44% saying no opinion until I see the movie. And we have 27% saying no. So yeah, in summary, I'm like in between no opinion and no. You know, because no, I don't like it, but seeing the movie might entirely change my opinion. I guess that's the summary for me. Alright. But yeah. The community is, to say the least, very split on the D-Rex. I'm gonna end that poll now. I'm sorry for that rant, folks. I'm sorry for that rant. I didn't mean to take that long. Emotions are all over the place. Hey, Crust, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on, let me get to my living room. It's where I keep my raptors. Thank you very much. I just want to know if Blue, Rexy, and the Mosasaurus are okay. Yeah, we talked about this way earlier in the stream, which has been, oh my god, going on for so long. We're really gonna zip through the last of it here. My personal suspicion is that they're not really gonna touch on it. They're just gonna leave it completely open to interpretation. Jan Polarski says, I'm even more dissatisfied with the concept of mutants than with the hybrids in the Jurassic World movies, and I hated them. I feel that prehistoric animals are cooler, scarier, and less out of place in our world. Yeah, totally agree. I don't understand this this idea that dinosaurs aren't scary anymore. Like, you know what's scary about this scene right here? You know what's scary here? The lighting. It's just the lighting. If you put a T-Rex in this lighting, it's gonna be just as scary. You don't need a monster. If you put a new dinosaur, the Acrocanthosaurus, in this lighting, it's gonna be super, super scary. So yeah, I'm gonna stop, because I've already taken too long. A super chat for an A+ rant, stay strong, love you. Thank you very much for the super chat. So, again, I didn't mean to rant that long, it comes bubbling up. Yahoo! Thank you very much. And Fonga, I've been calling him Indominus Wannabe. Oh, that makes me feel a little sad for it. Yahoo! Thank you very much for the super chats. Oh god, that's my camera. Whoop. Wait, where's my... Oh, there it is. Sorry, you just had a black screen. Bam. The Giga would have worked so well in this film. Yeah! And like the Giga from Dominion has already been redesigned to be a monster. Like, it doesn't really look like a Giga anymore. You know, that kind of redesign would have been enough to make it look like a failed experiment. They didn't need to go this hard. Why do I keep... Okay, we really need to move on, because I keep getting sucked into saying the same ranty stuff all over again. Alright, so... D-Rex coming in. Yeah, it really feels like the D-Rex, and that's one of the things that's probably gonna help me accept it as part of the movie. I get the sense that the D-Rex, while being teased throughout the film, is really only gonna make an appearance once it's dark. You know, we've only seen it in the dark at least. I do quite like this shot, by the way. Just to give it some praise at least, I like this reveal. I can't figure out why it's this big here. And seemingly quite a bit smaller here. That's a little weird to me. Oh, hey, look at that. We are 400 likes. That's amazing. Heck yeah. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Alright. So, we gotta keep going. Okay, so, hold on. Who's in the background? Oh, that's Jonathan running towards her. So, I've talked about this in my bingo video, I think. I think Duncan is gonna die. I think he's making like a self-sacrifice here. And, you know, she's calling out to him. And I think she might be tempted to go save him. And that's why Jonathan is coming to run towards her. Here, this is Jonathan right here. I think at least. Yes, I'm still doing the hard thing. And I think he's coming to like grab her. Because he's like right behind her here. He's not gonna run past her. He's right behind her here. I think he's gonna grab her and he's gonna pull her along. It's gonna be like, no, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. And I'm not gonna let you go and risk your life to save Duncan. Blitzbox says it'll be a fake out sacrifice. Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe. I do hope that they have the guts to kill, like, a lot of characters. I feel like Duncan, Zora, and Henry are like the main three, right? I kind of feel like one of them should die. Do I low-key wish it was Zora? Maybe. I won't say anymore. But I feel like it would be really impactful if one of the three did bite the dust. Jester 017 D-Rex gonna grab Duncan and run away with him like King Kong. Yeah, maybe. Lexi Chrissy says, I think Duncan will die. Alright. A new era. Okay, so they steal a car. Here we have another shot of the facility. Yeah. It's honestly, it's a little embarrassing how I didn't, like, watching the trailer. Like, obviously, I see this and I think to myself, hey, that looks modern. It didn't even click for me that it looks too modern for what is supposed to be pre-1993. I really do hope that they have a good explanation for that in the film and that it's not an anachronism. But I am still worried about that. Marconian, you're being so generous. Thank you so much. Maybe the real monsters were the dinosaurs we made. Yeah. Oh man. Something else. Yeah, alien corridor. It's such an alien corridor. This just looks like the interior of a spaceship, 100%. Something that makes me a little more worried about it being an anachronism is, you know, if the big plot twist of the film is that this island hasn't been abandoned for as long as they're currently claiming, why are they showing it in the trailer? They could have edited around this. This shot, they don't need this shot. None of the shots where we see like this hyper futuristic stuff is necessary. So why do they show it if that's supposed to be the big plot twist? Why would they put it in the trailer if it is? That's something that I'm wondering right now. I want Troodon in those underground passages, yeah. We have another shot here. Ooh, that's bright. There you go. With her pew pew. Sorry. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna be in here. During my trailer analysis, I said I hope that, you know, during this whole facility scene, it's gonna be about the raptors. I really want the raptors to have like a big scary scene, and this feels like very appropriate for that. But maybe there's something smaller, because it's obviously, this is quite a small tunnel. She has to like crouch down. So yeah, who knows? Maybe it is something much smaller. Slanavan says everyone will be expected to accept that this facility looks more modern than what we saw in the original Jurassic Park film, in the same way that Star Trek Discovery looks way more modern than the original. Yeah, oh, alright, yeah. So they felt like they could show it because they assumed everyone is just oblivious like Evo and is just gonna assume that it's an anachronism. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. They just assume that people would think the same thing that I partially do. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point. Alright, we only have a little bit more to go in the trailer. So here we go. We have the Dilo scene. Let me just look at the unfolding animation, which looks different from how it unfolds in other movies. It's really coming up from below instead of from the back going forward. Alright, so there's actually, this is one of the more interesting shots, so I do apologize that we're getting to it this late. This is gonna be a 3-hour stream. I apologize to my moderators. Moderators, if you want to check out, I totally understand. And don't feel like you need to stay here because Evo is rambling on longer than intended. I'm sorry about that. But this is actually an interesting shot. We have a lot going on here. So I want to talk about the Dilo first. A lot of people are saying that, oh, it's the same design of Dilo that we've seen before, but these spots we haven't seen before. So it's already a different Dilo. Now, something else I've seen people say is that this Dilo looks bigger. What do you guys think? Is it bigger, or is that just perspective? Because my interpretation is that it's perspective. Because it's obviously so much closer to the camera than she is. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's bigger than what we've seen so far. Hold on, maybe this is a good new poll. Is the Dilo bigger than other Dilos we've seen? Alright. What do you guys think? I want to believe. Trust me. I want to believe. I want it to be bigger. But I don't think it is. I think it's perspective. Hold on. Let me try to fold the thing down again. Here. It doesn't look bigger to me. It looks a little weird. It looks like... Hold on. The lower jaw looks a little too chonky. Isn't it supposed to be like really thin? Isn't it supposed to be more like this? I'm not sure. It looks like it has a Chad chin, man. Now it just says E. The pattern is definitely different, so it is definitely a different iteration of Dilo. Alright, let me check the chat here. Or the poll. Okay, it's pretty... I mean, it's edging more towards no, definitely, but... It's not as, it's not as big of a difference. It looks smaller, says Danny, even. Potato says maybe a little bigger, but not much. Yeah, maybe? It's definitely not... like, appropriate size. Well, I say definitely, I shouldn't do that. To me, it doesn't look like appropriate size. If it's bigger, it's gonna be, like, only a little. Alright. Now. The Dilo's a bit of a scene stealer here, but like I said, there's a whole bunch more going on in this shot. Just to reiterate something I said earlier, I kind of don't like that they revealed the Dilo is in the trailer. That would have been such a lovely surprise in the film. They could have just kept that a surprise. I don't know why they show as much as they do. But anyway, if we, for a moment, ignore the Dilo, there's a whole lot more here. I'm gonna talk about the thing that we all want to talk about, but there's more than that. But yeah, the thing we all want to talk about is the T-Rex behind her. Or at least what we think is the T-Rex, right? So here, this right here. There's like this really sharp line behind her. And I'm gonna erase this line later, don't worry. But this line right here, pay attention to that. Like, there's definitely something behind her that doesn't look like just natural ground texture. I think that's the T-Rex. And I'm actually gonna pull up the image we have of the Rex. There. I'll put that in there. Oh. So this plant right here, I think it's the, and we have here, behind her head, there is, oh, hold on, here, I see an opportunity. This is not about her, this is about the bush. But there's like a tree behind her head, and this bush right here. And I think that's this tree. And this specific bush. Yeah? I think we can all agree with that. And obviously, you know, all the like the grass and reeds thing, that also checks out. It just all checks out. I make art. I've said that's like a million times during this stream, but I do. It's just facts. Hi, Alex Dinosaur. Sorry I'm so late. How much longer? I'm gonna cap it off at the 3-hour mark, so we have 22 minutes left. I really wanted to be here earlier. What do you think of the Spino? We haven't gotten to the Spino yet, because that's at the very, very end. We definitely have to leave some time for that. But yeah, that's... I feel like that's definitely the Rex. What's in the water? Is that a log? Could be a log, could be a rock. I think it's too soon to tell. But considering that we have a T-Rex, and we have a Dilo, I really don't think there's gonna be something else in the water. I think that's gonna be overkill. In my opinion, at least. I could obviously be wrong, but... I think the point of the scene here is that, you know, she's gonna get scared by the Dilo, and she's trying to escape the Dilo, and then she realizes, oh heck, there's a T-Rex here. But also this thing right here. What the heck is this? I'm trying to, like... It honestly... Look. Okay, hold on. Let me just move the frame a little bit. If I just saw... Here, let's pretend this thing isn't here. Let's pretend the Dilo... We don't see the Dilo, right? If I just saw this, I would 100% say that this is like a screen grab from some sort of sci-fi movie about other planets. This looks like a spaceship to me. I guess the base here is concrete. This. And maybe this is like the little boat they need to get? My drawing is not making anything any clearer. Bam. It's a boat dog. Yeah, I do think this thing, the yellow thing, could be a little boat. It doesn't look quite right, though. Chewie's in the other ship. Yeah, it really does feel like just a grungy spaceship that has landed in a jungle somewhere. This is definitely the setup to a river raft scene. Oh yeah, 100%, because yeah, we have the T-Rex here, so it's setting up that scene. I saw on Reddit there's a logo on the yellow bit and it shows a kayak. Hold on, my scrolling. Hold on, let me use my other mouse. It's a little more noisy. That's why I don't use it. It shows a kayak. Maybe if someone has like zoom and enhance technology, but don't really see it. But yeah, even though to me this doesn't really look like a boat, I do think it's intended to be that. And maybe it's just perspective being all messy. But okay, we need to move on because we have so much more and we only have less than 20 minutes now. Alright, so we have the beautiful T-Rex. I'm quite happy with this. I think we're all quite happy with this, yeah? Alright, let me end the poll. It is quite split, honestly, the poll. Heck yes, Ismanatai. Ian says, yeah. Mr. Fisher, love the stripes. I do as well. I'm really excited about, like, more patterns and colors on the animals. Chonky Rex. Love the new T-Rex. It's pretty. Hell yeah. Do like the design a lot. Tiger Rex. It is a Tiger Rex. I think it looks really, really good. And, of course, what I like is that we're getting... Oh, hold on. Where is it? I skipped back, sorry. So this, I think we can now all agree, is flashback. Along with the pristine-looking shot with the two-headed raptor, that's all going to be part of the same flashback. We've talked so much about the mutant already that I wanna move on to the river raft scene and the mosasaurus scene. But yeah, I think this goes with... Sorry about that. Goes with this one. There. I think those are part of the same flashback scene. Because it's all very pristine looking here. There's no dust or anything on this. And here as well. So yeah, I think that's all going to be part of one extended flashback scene. Or maybe not flashback, but like like earlier in the timeline. Alright, but again, we need to move on to the Rex and the Spinos and the Mosa. Maybe the opening scene. Yeah, that's what I said earlier as well. This is either our opening scene or the family on the boat is our opening scene. Red Vulture Media, member for 18 months. I actually really like the addition of the D-Rex because it is symbolic of everything that Dr. Malcolm was warning the world about. I've already ranted about the thing. I'm not going to revisit it. I'm in... Like, I don't like it. I understand that other people do, and I think both are fine. Ooh, spook. Sorry. I do think, like, this shot is so Godzilla 2014. Someone being locked in with the threat. So Godzilla 2014. Like, it's almost plagiarist. Anyway. Here we go. This is what we wanted to see. So we're getting our river raft scene. And we can see the foot of the Rex right here. So it's just standing on like the slope of the riverbank. And you can see it's really shallow. So I wonder if we're gonna see the Rex swimming. I feel like maybe not. TC Diablo says the character has massive plot armor here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he dies? I don't know. No. I think actually we see this character make it to the nighttime scene. So yeah, he does survive this, I think. I see someone saying he swims very fast to outswim a T-Rex. I don't think... Yeah, I hear he's... I'm not sure if it's outswimming or just this Rex having really poor aim. I think what might be happening here is canonically, the Rex's vision is based on movement, right? So, canonically, it doesn't have great vision. For your vision to be reliant on movement is kind of bad. So I think what's happening is that the T-Rex is just biting almost at random because all of the movement on the surface of the water is sort of throwing it off. It's probably not seeing the guy very well. I think that's what's going on here, and I think that explains why it's snapping at the water but not getting him, because here it has its head below water here, so it might see him right now, but then it rears back up, and now its eyes are above the water, so it probably just loses him, and then when it snaps again, it doesn't really know where to grab. I think that's gonna be the explanation for it. The river scene may be after the night scene. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm making presumptions right now on, like, the movie starting in morning and ending at night. But yes, it could be completely jumbled up. They could be spending several days on this island in the span of this movie. We don't know that yet. No. Survival is a long shot, and then we get the final scene of the trailer. We have 13 minutes left, so yeah, we definitely need 13 minutes for the final scene of the trailer. Which is a big one, it's a big one. Alright, so, I guess... Hold on, let me just... What are you guys' opinion on this scene? You know, the Spino and the Mosa working together, the redesigned Spino and Mosa, all of that. We have this sort of attack between the two Spinos. What are your guys' opinions on it, first and foremost? Just like zipping through it to sort of refresh your memory. Oh yeah, I like Evo likes that. And then in reverse. And then I'll have a look at chat and see what you guys think. There you go. Hey, Spinosaurus Egypticus, thank you so much. What a super generous first super chat. Oh, hold on. I need to go to my living room. The Spinosauruses, we will see maybe different Spinos, or sisters or brothers. We do not know, maybe families. We will see this in the movie, but I like it. Yeah, that's a very prevalent theory, that all of the Spinos are like slightly different, not just in coloration, that's obvious, but also in their like general shape, which I think would be quite nice. All right, let's see here. What do you guys think of this? Love it. Aya says hate the Marvel quip. I agree. I don't like the quip in between this scene. It really breaks it up. Mosa is good. Spino is bad, says Soul Raptor. Dino says nice. Thought the Mosa's tail was a megalodon fin. Yeah, a lot of people thought that. Spinonyx, yeah. Honestly, I don't think it looks all that much like the Baryonyx. It doesn't in one shot. Oh god, I'm still in my living room. Hold on. Sorry about that. Boop. In... Here, this shot, it looks a lot like the Baryonyx. So that's what I also said in my video. When we got these images, I also said, hey, that kind of just looks like the Baryonyx. But if we look at it here, that looks so different from the Baryonyx. I don't really agree anymore with the people who are saying it's Baryonyx with the sail. Because the head looks very different from the Baryonyx, to me at least. I don't think they would work together. Mosa eats everything. Logically, they wouldn't, but it is literally stated in the dialogue, so... I think it's a bit odd that they're working together. Yeah, it is. I think it's both odd and I like it. Which might seem mutually exclusive. Maybe it is. I'm just such a complex person. But yeah, I think it's weird. I think it's unrealistic, but I also like it. I don't know. New Spino is icky, says a normal guy. Guillermo says the Spino design looks cool, and I do like the Mosa design. Rexy's animations. Woo, that's controversial. To be honest, the new Spino design looks better than Jurassic Park 3, but that's my opinion. I don't agree, yeah. I think Spino from JP3 is peak. Peak. So I saw a really interesting theory, and I do apologize. I don't remember where I saw it. It was just a comment on my video from last week. So I'm not taking credit for this idea, but someone said... Let me move forward. So in my trailer analysis video, I pointed out something I really like is how pale the eye of the mosasaurus is. And someone said maybe the mosasaurus is blind, and that's why it's not eating the Spinos, but instead working together with the Spinos. So it's sort of like, you know, if this mosasaurus was physically just 100% alright, it doesn't need the Spinos to do anything, because it's a big freaking mosasaurus, and it would just eat the Spinos. But maybe that's the quote-unquote justification, and it's still super far-fetched, right? But maybe that's the justification, that because it's blind, it's sort of, it has chosen to engage in this symbiotic relationship with the Spinos, who can visually help it out. And I don't know, it is far-fetched, but at the same time, the way it comes up here kind of feels like maybe he missed the mark. Like, did he intend to breach right next to the boat? I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting point. I don't know if it holds any water, but I think it's an interesting point. Thick neck is actually paleo accurate because marine reptile. I don't want to get into that. Realism schmealism. That's all I'll say. But thank you for the super chat. Hold on, let me switch. Yahoo! Hold on, did I miss anything in the meantime? I think we're good. Rexy's animation says, I heard someone say it looks like a Titanosaur. It is confirmed to be Mosasaurus in the dialogue in the movie and in the article that we got a day before the trailer. It is 100% Mosasaurus, and... well, yeah, we might as well look at this. And it's also 100% Spinosaurus. That's just confirmed. So all these theories that, you know, it's Megalodon or it's Tylosaurus and it's Oxalia. No, it's been confirmed that it's Mosasaurus and Spinosaurus. Hey, apple slices. Thank you so much. You guys have been so generous today. It's really kind. Thank you very much. Hold on. I need to get to where my... Oh, I was where my Dilo stands. Oh, were we still in my living room? I'm sorry. I do apologize. I'm a little messy. But yeah, in case I was still in my living room. Boop, now we're not. Yeah, like I said, some people think, oh, this is Megalodon, this is Titanosaurus, this is Oxalia. No, it's Mosasaurus, Spinosaurus. That's been confirmed. Al Heron says Spino relationship with Mosa is likely due to necessity. Land dominated by T-Rex and D-Rex, so they work with Mosa to prevent being prey themselves. I mean, it wouldn't really be their choice, I think. The Mosa has to decide to work with them. There has to be something in it for the Mosa, not for the Spino. So that's why I do like the theory that maybe it's blind to sort of explain it. Because the Spino can whine about the threats on land all they want. You know, if there's threats on land that forces them into open water, the Mosa can just be like, well, sucks to be you, I'm gonna eat you now. So yeah, I feel like, you know, the ball's in the court of the Mosasaurus. The Mosasaurus needs the motivation to team up with them. Oh my god, I just seen Tyrannosaurus gifted 5 memberships. That is so generous. Let's see. Commander Zilla. Hey, it was gifted to Torb. Queued up. Johnny Topside and Dysfunctional. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Tyrannosaurus. Let's get over here. Heck yeah. Thank you so much. And for Carson Hensley. Yahoo. And we talked about that way earlier in the stream. So to save time, I'm sorry. I'm gonna skip over that. But yeah, if you go back to the start of the stream, you can just find the shot and you'll see. Most likely the Spinos help protect the Moses territory and in return they get a share of the kills. Yeah, maybe. Again, I also feel like it's something that the movie won't really explain too much, just to be able to get away with how unrealistic it is. Alright, let's 3 minutes. So we have kind of an interesting behavior here. I think it's like a dominance fight. Because the two Spinos are kind of going after each other here. And I quite like that. I think if that is what it is, it's a nice little touch for like the predators to be fighting with each other for like, you know, the best bits of their kill. I quite like that. Why do you think the Mosa stays around that island? Asks Brandon Cameron. I don't know. I also don't know if the movie is gonna explain it. Like I said, I think there's a lot of stuff that we as super fans want to have explained that I don't even think the movie is gonna attempt, because if they do, they're gonna have to be espousing so much exposition. It's gonna be a little silly. Fennec and Triton says, I think the boat is gonna be sunk, so they have to swim away. That's how they escape. But some die when they get on the island. The Titanosaurus are gonna get spooked by getting the DNA and they will attack. So we talked about the Titanosaurus scene, so I don't want to go back to that. But Jurassic World recently released a little behind the scenes clip, which shows the characters running along the beach. So yeah, I do think you're right that the boat is gonna get sunk and they're gonna have to swim to shore, and some of them aren't gonna make it. And then some do, and they run out onto the beach. We already talked about... Oh, and there you go. So, something that was mentioned in chat way earlier in this stream is that, oh, maybe the Mosasaurus is not at the start of the movie. I've been theorizing that this is, you know, how they get stuck on the island instead of trying to get away from the island and then encountering the Mosa. We have this dude right here, Bashir. And I think we all agree he dies at the point we discussed. So yeah, I feel like his presence here confirms that it's at the start of the movie. Same with... Where is she? Wait, wasn't she here somewhere? Yeah, she should be here. Hold on. I'm skipping over it. Here, this person. This is Philippine. We don't see her in any of the shots on the islands. So she's gonna die here. So yeah, I feel like in terms of the timeline, this scene is gonna be early on. Apparently I missed a super chat. Let's see. Oh, I think from I Likes Dinosaurs, I think it's a pretty cool design. I feel like it would be more liked if it was Oxalia or mosasaurus, but JP3 sets such a high standard. I like the design as well, but I would have liked to see the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Alright, well, this kid has plot armor, so, you know. Alright, but it's time now, so we're gonna be wrapping it up. What are you guys' final thoughts on the trailer? Hold on, let me do like one quick final poll. Start poll. Does this trailer want to make you see the movie on release day? Because I feel like that's the main point of a trailer, to make you want to see the movie, and specifically want to make you see the movie ASAP. So there. This is gonna be a super quick poll, so vote if you want to get your results in. Potato says 8 out of 10 on the trailer. Just give us July already, says Monataya. Oh, by the way, stay tuned. I'm gonna be seeing if we get anything for the Super Bowl. Personally, I don't think the Super Bowl clip is gonna have anything new, but yeah, I'll let you know if there is anything new to discuss there. Super Bowl should be starting pretty soon, actually. I feel like maybe in like an hour and a half it should be kicking off. Peepaw says 6 out of 10. The designs hurt me. Loved everything except the D-Rex. 11 out of 10, says Nikolai. Nine out of 10. Will you live stream it? You mean the Super Bowl, Ian? No, I don't do that sort of stuff. If we get a new clip, I'm gonna be showing you my analysis of the new clip. But I don't typically re-stream or re-upload stuff. Alright, so I think, yeah, people like the trailer. Gets them excited for the movie. Alright, that's important. Alright, we're gonna end this poll, and we're gonna end the stream. I'm sorry for running long, or, I don't know, maybe you're welcome for it running long. I really want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I quite needed this distraction, so, yeah, thank you very much for that. I'm gonna be saying my goodbye to you folks, and like I said, I'm gonna be covering any new content that we might get during the Super Bowl. And you still have a video coming where we talk about what's really important, which is Jurassic World Evolution 3. But again, that video is suffering some delays for many reasons. So yeah, I want to first and foremost, as always, thank my Ballooning crew. I see Guillermo, Cold, Sarcastically, we had Sammy, Glitzbog, I think Dr. Strange even popped in for a bit. I might be missing someone, but I think that was the crew of the day, but as always, hugely appreciate it. I want to thank my green name Arby, Torb, I Likes Dinosaurs, Monatalia, Wraith Huron, Sheriff Thijs Berendsen, Legacy Chrissy 1993, Monatalia, I might have already said that, I don't know. Ryan of Chaos, Spinosaurus Aegypticus, Magnetator, Tyrannosaurus, Matthew, Salon Navon. Also, super nice to be seeing some of the gold badges in chat. That's really special. Thank you so much. Alright, I'm gonna be saying many, many, many more names, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And yeah, stay tuned for much more about Jurassic World Rebirth. Maybe as early as tomorrow, or in a couple of hours, if we get, like, something from the Super Bowl. But, you know, even in a couple of weeks / months, we have another trailer coming, we'll have TV spots coming, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel for more news and just insane rants about stuff I do and don't like about this sort of stuff. I don't know if you're into that sort of thing. And yeah, that's alright. I've rambled on for long enough. Thank you, Brandon. I really appreciate that. Alright, here we go. PAM Artistic, Aussie 1000, Dino Dweeb, Proximus, Claude Eddy Gaming, Fennec and Triton, Keshav S, Night Leashlot, Mr. Pilkington, Xenon, Rodgrud, I don't know how to say that, Max the Pebble, Mega Lego Master, Dino Tricks 2010, Ian, Noah, Red Indoraptor, L Heron, -R, Wolfpack Brick Studios, Pillow Sleeper, The XYZ, Potato, Dawson YT, Marconian, Itchy, Nuclear Goji Edits, Adrian was here, Formula Toast 36, Jace, Mishak? I'm sorry, I probably mispronounced that in new and creative ways that you couldn't have even imagined. Randomness and Such, Melissa Cutter was here, Jan Polarski, Mothman69, Roman Gutierrez, let's see, Raccoon Sketch Station. That's gonna be the last one that I do. Alright, thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time. I don't know, something about Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know, folks. Thank you so much for watching.